Live at CollectCo for Wednesday night's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Be sure to let us know. Let's see here. Alright, let me hit live now. Carlene's on. Craig, I didn't even tell anybody. Y'all hopefully just kind of knew that I was going to be back today. Hopefully y'all could read my mind. So, get this shared everywhere. I'm officially here, live in Tennessee. And let me see what I need to do. I got it shared there. Let me go here to, I guess that's about it. We got it shared there and there. I hadn't made any other posts or announcements really, so let's go here and yeah, go to I'm going to use the add everyone. This is live. This is live. Alright, let me get that pulled up. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is Wednesday. It is 7:25 Central Time. We're going to have a one continuous live stream. One continuous live stream here tonight of nothing but selling records. I've got one crate here we'll get started with. Let me go ahead and I've already got the Japanese stuff up for tonight, so let me grab that. It's wherever it is, there's a deep purple record on the top. And we've got 8 crates. We don't have price tonight. And we'll have more stuff delivered tomorrow. I've probably got to order, me and Doug actually just worked on an order together. Of course, those 8 crates, 2 of them are, 2 of those are warrants. So, yeah. Okay, we got some killer new Japanese stuff, so we'll get started with that in just a second. So, all right. Let's see what we got here. Let's get everybody on and welcome. I did a add everyone tag. I don't know, sometimes that takes a little while for everybody to finally get one, so we'll see what happens. Get my feed reset. No, I went to the Masters yesterday and Monday and Tuesday. Quite the experience. So, bucket list, check. Seeing Tiger Woods, check. Seeing everybody else, didn't get to see Nicholas, any of the, that's probably something I'd have to go back for. You might catch him around the grounds on Thursday that morning, so. But, yeah. All right. What I'm going to do is, a lot of people probably didn't know I was coming back today and we was going to do a sale, but I'm just going to go ahead and start showing records. We got new vintage. We got new vinyl. We'll go through it as much as we can and need to get the point across that we're going to be having sales for the rest of the week. And that's what we're going to be doing. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have a sale again tomorrow. We're most likely, let me hope we can. We're going to get started early tomorrow. We got to make up for us not having the rest of the week. And then we're going to have, let's see, that's Friday. And then we're going to have shows Saturday as well. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll have 4 shows this week. the Soundgarden. You have not missed Soundgarden. No, you have. Okay, let me go ahead and get started so everybody that's hopping on knows what's going on. We are selling records here. These are new and used records. If you're just new, if you're just watching for the first time, you're about to see what we're going to do right now. We have Soundgarden down on the upside. If you have not seen this post or have not seen this yet, Soundgarden is $39.99. $39.99. Soundgarden down on the upside. If anybody wants one of those, there it is, $39.99. First one goes to Charlie Sales. I have an entire crate full of them. Also have a restock of the Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces Iscariot, which everybody who got on the post, wait list, pre-sales, they're all filled. I have 5 Smashing Pumpkins left. Pisces Iscariot, $39.99. First time I've actually sold these or shown these live. This is Mickey Rat, the Rat era, the best of the Rat era. This is on pink and black splatter vinyl. We've ended up selling almost 100 of these. I've got 2 more right here if anybody wants one. That's featuring Stephen Pearcy, George Lent, Tracy Guns. This is $33.99. So Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins. David Tate wants a Rat. There's one for David Tate. I also made a post the day before I left. I went through 6 crates of new vinyl and posted it in the group. And we've sold 2, 3 entire crates of stuff out of that. That is all going to be tagged later tonight after the sale and will be on this week's invoice. So some of that you may see here now. Finally got the U.S. version of Led Zeppelin 1 back in stock. Led Zeppelin 1 is the Jimmy Page 2000, whatever year they remastered these. The Jimmy Page remaster, as they call them, $31.99. So for the longest in our Led Zeppelin bin, this is the only one we've been short of. Possibly the most important one. But the U.S. versions have been out of stock. They're back in. I've already sold several. There's a couple handfuls. $31.99. If you're missing that from your Led Zeppelin remaster collection, there it is. Joe Ives wants one. Joe Valentine wants one. Those are sold and sold. Got several of those still available. XTC Skylarking. The XTC catalog is on 200 gram remastered vinyl. This is $33.99 for XTC Skylarking. $33.99. Tom Petty Full Moon Fever. Tom Petty Full Moon Fever is $36.99. One of our best-selling Tom Petty records next to Greatest Hits. Jerry Stone wants the last Mickey Rat. The Rat era. That is sold to Jerry Stone. By the way, one of our biggest pre-order announcements of the week is Rat is finally reissuing their catalog. Rat is finally reissuing their catalog in a deluxe box set. I will tell you more about that after everybody else helps on. The Led Zeppelin ones are $31.99. Mr. Doc Smith, I have not introduced these auctions yet. I am going to at the conclusion of this bin. This is our first 2 Japanese auctions. I'll either do it here in just a second or when I get done with this first crate. Megadeth Unplugged in Boston. This is Coke Bottle Clear Vinyl. Megadeth Unplugged is $29.99. That's the gatefold Coke Bottle Clear Vinyl. Megadeth, $29.99. Metallica Garage Inc. Metallica is $54.99. That's the triple LP, Metallica Garage Inc. 3 LPs, over 2.5 hours of music. Beth Hart, My California. Beth is on transparent red vinyl, $29.99. And Rob Zombie, The Sinister Urge. Rob Zombie, The Sinister Urge. This is $31.99. Enough's Enough. Their greatest hits is on purple splatter vinyl. Really cool looking vinyl there. Enough's Enough, greatest hits, gatefold. Finally got those where I can show them and tell you they're for sale. Joey Garland on Rob Zombie. Joey Garland on Rob Zombie and Mr. James Bragg. You may be our first waiting list of the night and the week. By the way, if you're just hopping on, this is our first sale of the week. I was not here Monday or Tuesday. I am officially tonight going to, for the first time this week, start ordering stuff, looking at messages. Of course, Tanner, Doug, John, Ed, my mom, everybody else has been here this week, still running the show. And but tonight I'll officially start looking at pre-orders more, ordering and looking at messages and texts. So if you've been trying to reach me, Joey Garland got Rob Zombie, James Bragg on the waiting list for that. Andrea Crow on Metallica, Garage Inc. And Stacy Brown on Enough's Enough. That's sold to Stacy Brown. So if you have not watched any this week, you hadn't missed anything. This is the first sale of the night. Pronounced Leonard Skinner. This is there's about 2 or 3 versions of this floating around. This is the regular Giffen Records UME Leonard Skinner gatefold in print record. So there's a music on vinyl version as well, which is one of our best seller. This is just the standard, officially licensed Leonard Skinner pronounced. Those are $36.99. I've also got Bret Michaels, finally, where I can show them and actually sell them to you. This is called Bret Michaels Presents a Salute to Poison. Bret Michaels Presents a Salute to Poison. This is $36.99 on purple splatter vinyl. That is amazing how many we've sold of these. Like over 100, just like the Mickey Rat. Sold a ton of those. Finally, got a restock of the new Hardy album, which is The Mockingbird and the Crow. $34.99 for Hardy, The Mockingbird and the Crow. And the newest Nickelback is called Get Rollin'. Nickelback is on orange vinyl, $31.99. $31.99. So we got enough's enough. David Tate, thank you on the Mickey Rat. The Masters was unbelievable as usual. I look forward to watching first thing in the morning. I got to get some rest. Masters is an exhausting week. Can I get Death by Design 2LP in the book? If that's a new release, then possibly. If it's something on a waiting list, then I'm not for sure. Andrew Crow and Bret Michaels. All right, let me go ahead and show our first 2 Japanese auctions. We've got Supertramp, Breakfast in America. Supertramp is EX, not a pristine copy, but not bad. Just, I think, one small imperfection keeping this one from near mint. Classic Supertramp album, of course, Breakfast in America, Gone Hollywood, Logical Song, Goodbye Stranger, Oh Darling. Though it's a great album. And this is a $35 start. Japanese press, meaning it's pressed in Japan. Really cool obi there. Nice cover. EX vinyl's got 2 inserts with it. That's a $35 start. One of our more popular Japanese titles that we're able to get. And Otis Redding recorded live. This is previously unreleased performances. This is unreleased live Otis Redding. The vinyl on this one's about VG+, but this is one I definitely don't get in as often as I do other ones. Just has a couple stray scuffs on it. No big deal. Has a Japanese insert and really nice cover. And, of course, Obi on there as well. Otis is also going to be a $35 start. Mark Stropes on Nickelback. Mark, I've got you down for that. So what I said is, I think the day before I left to go out of town, this is the day before I left to go out of town, I posted like a 8-minute 6-crate flip video. And I just got done pulling most of that stuff. It's over here in a couple bins. We sold like 2 or 3 crates worth, and that's some of the new vinyl. If you didn't watch that 8-minute video, some of the new vinyl I'm going to be showing tonight is what that is. You're going to be seeing it for the first time. That is not a dumb question, because some people just assume this is all new. All the Japanese LPs we sell, Charlie, and for everybody else watching, they're all vintage or, first presses, even some of them. These are not new LPs. A lot of people think we get these so often and they're in such good condition that they're new. No, Supertramp is probably this is probably an OG press from 76 or 79. When did this one come out? 79. So yeah, this is not new. This is a vintage, most likely. You'd have to look up that catalog number, AMP 6034. But then 2 things to keep in mind are these are higher quality. They're Japanese pressings. And if you order these straight from Japan, there's an expensive shipping charge. Actually, one of our main suppliers where we get these from, they just told us they're going up on shipping. So if you order one single LP from Japan, it's usually like $18. So a lot of people keep that in mind, and that's why they like buying them from us. You can get it in with your $7 combined shipping. Okay, Otis Redding. We pulled Nickelback. Otis Redding 35, 35, 35, 35, 38, 38, 40, 40. Supertramp 35. Otis Redding 40, 45, 48, 46, and 50. Let's go through the first crate one more time. Soundgarden, down on the upside. This was out of stock forever. Now, we've already sold a ton of them. First time I'm actually getting to show it live tonight. Great looking jacket, 2LP. One of my favorite Soundgarden songs, Burden in My Hand, of course, Chris Cornell, $39.99. I've had a couple originals of this before only a couple, and I've buy and sell tens of thousands of records every week or every year, sometimes almost every week, buying them for sure. So Soundgarden is $39.99. I have a bunch of those if anybody wants one. The other very big seller back in stock is Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces Iscariot. This is $39.99. Smashing Pumpkins is $39.99. And Led Zeppelin 1, one of the more important restocks, I will say, for Led Zeppelin 1, $31.99 on that. We've also got XTC Skylarking, $33.99. Tom Petty, that's Tom Petty Full Moon Fever, $36.99. Megadeth Unplugged, $29.99. Garage Inc. by Metallica, $54.99. Enough's Enough's Greatest Hits, $33.99. Beth Hart, My California, red vinyl, $29.99 for Beth Hart. Pronounced Leonard Skinner, $36.99. Bret Michaels, A Salute to Poison, $36.99. And then Hardy, The Mockingbird and the Crow, $34.99. That flip video had already been on Facebook. Let's go ahead and go through a new crate of vintage. I was out of town for several days. John worked on organizing the back room. He actually only priced new stuff just for today. I figured I'd come back and there'd be like 20 crates of vintage. But the good thing is the back room is sorted, and he told me he found some unbelievable stuff back there. He was showing me some of it. Some unbelievable stuff, including reggae. Yes. He told me that some of those reggae LPs from the Bowling Green collect, because I knew there was more. Remember, if y'all are familiar, we had the Bowling Green reggae collection. Some mint condition stuff. Well, we finally found the rest of it. It got reboxed and it kind of disappeared in the back. It got reboxed and disappeared on the back, and we ended up finding the rest of it. So we'll have that probably tomorrow. I told him to go ahead and work on it. I'll make that official post. All right, let's get our auctions updated. I got Mike Vandergits at $60 on Otis Redding, recorded live, previously unreleased performances. I said this was a VG Plus Japanese pressing, but it's still very, very nice. Just a couple odd stray marks on it. And Supertramp is on its final call. We only had one bidder on that. Kirk Fields has Supertramp for $35. That one's EX. Very nice. $35 going twice, going three times. Mike Vandergits is at $60 on Otis Redding, going twice, going three times. Let's see. The Smashing Pumpkins Kristen, the Pisces, was $39.99. And Stacy Brown wants a Tom Petty. Let me go ahead and pull that for Stacy. That's Tom Petty Full Moon Fever. That is sold to Stacy Brown. Let's see here. I will pay you tens of dollars. Picker's Delight in the back room. I have turned down that offer multiple times. The back room is like the Masters. You don't get in. It's like invitation only, and we rarely hand out invitations. Okay, so final call on both of those. Let's go through our first crate of new vinyl. I think there's a pocket of Beatles albums in here. When we get to the Beatles albums, please comment the actual name of the album you want. That will greatly speed it up. But the rest of the stuff that's in here, I really don't know. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits, The Early Years, Volume 2. Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits, The Early Years, Volume 2, $14.99. Lynn's Farn, Fog on the Tyne. I think that's how you say that. $19.99. Lynn's Farn. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Here's a James Bond soundtrack. We don't get in often as the others. $19.99. I think this has the Louis Armstrong. I almost said Louis Oosthuizen. I got golf on my mind. Louis Oosthuizen's a South African golfer. We've got All the Time of the World, which I think is by Louis Armstrong. It is $19.99. Robin Pruitt, First to Frank Sinatra. I think we've already had 2 or 3 new buyers tonight. At least 2. Robin, have you bought from us before? And then I know Mark Stropes was watching the other night, but I just seen the message come in where he was a first-time buyer. And I did use the @everyone tag in our group, so I tagged a lot of new people in our group, probably that's watching right now. So if you are watching for the first time, also Andrew Sansparino on Bond. And Ron Phillips also on Bond. So if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. If you see anything you want, it's very easy to buy here. Just comment whatever you want to do. Just comment whatever you want to buy. We're going to pull it for you. I'll probably recognize you're a first-time buyer, and then we just need you to send our page a message with your email address and your mailing address, and then we'll take care of you from there. Let's go ahead and end our first 2 auctions. Frank Sinatra sold, of course, Bond sold, and then Kirk Fields is going to get Supertramp for $35, and then Otis Redding is going to go to Mike Vandergits for $60. So those are both sold. Then we had, Robin, first-time buyer, got the Frank Sinatra. Andrew on Bond, thank you. Mark was also a newbie, but he already sent us a message. Warrants are in this week, yes. Let's see here. I'll make sure they miss anything. And okay. Yes, thank you, Mark. I'm doing fine. And everybody else that's asked, I'm back. Collective Soul. We got a new Collective Soul title in stock this week. We're not going to be able to show it until tomorrow, though. No, it's Hints and Allegations. Hints and Allegations is back in. I'm waiting for the other ones to appear. We can. So, Jerry Stone, yes. I will take care of you, Jerry Stone. Okay. Though it looks like the Collective Soul stuff is coming back into stock this week, so I'll have those as soon as tomorrow. We actually already have them unboxed over here. I just don't have them. I've also seen like 3 new people ask about Alice in Chains. We do not have Alice in Chains Unplugged. I have Alice in Chains Facelift and Alice in Chains Dirt, but I knew there would be several. Anytime I have any new buyers watching, you can guarantee somebody's going to ask for Alice in Chains. No Alice in Chains Unplugged, but we do have Facelift and Dirt. Those are $36 and $38.99. Okay, next 2 Japanese auctions. Stray Cats. Stray Cats, this is $35 start. There's the LP. Here's the Japanese insert. There's the Japanese insert, and here is the lyric insert. This is a $35 start. $35 start for the Stray Cats Near Mint Pristine Japanese pressing. And we have a very cool Japanese pressing here. I own this one myself. Stevie Wonder Best Collection. Finally got one with a really nice jacket too. Stevie Wonder Best Collection. Yeah, superstition, uptight, traveling man, higher ground. For once in my life, I was made to love her. Signed, sealed, and delivered. This is a $35 start. $35 start. There is the lyric insert and Japanese lyric insert, and the other Japanese like solicitation insert. Pristine, Near Mint, Tamla Motown Japanese pressings. These are a $35 start. $35 start for either one of those, Stevie Wonder and Stray Cats. Okay, Grupo Sportivo, Mistakes, $19.99. Grupo Sportivo, Mistakes. Very nice copy, gold stamp promo on the front. The Stray Cats is self-titled. That is the Stray Cats self-titled. The name of the album is Stray Cats. Maynard Ferguson, Primal Scream. White label promo, Maynard Ferguson, Primal Scream. This is $9.99. Meet the Jazz Tet, Art Farmer, and Beanie Golson. Meet the Jazz Tet, $29.99. Argo label. Art Farmer and Beanie Golson, $29.99. The Best of Nelson Riddle, $9.99. The Best of Nelson Riddle. We have How to Keep Your Husband Happy by Debbie Drake. Look slim, keep trim, exercise along. Let them buy records. Yeah, let them buy. That's how you keep your husband happy. Let them buy records. This has got to be one of the first. That's an early exercise record. Never seen that one before. $9.99. Our Memories of Elvis is $9.99. Our Memories of Elvis, $9.99. Romeo and Juliet, original motion picture soundtrack, $14.99. Roseanne Cash, an interview with Martha Hume. Roseanne Cash, $9.99. Gold stamp promo. Michael Nesmith, compilation. Michael Nesmith from the Monkees. This one's called Compilation, $29.99. Never seen that one before. And the Elvis Presley Story box set, $29.99. I think that's 3 or 4 LPs. Okay, back up to the top. We had Stevie Wonder 35, Stevie Wonder 40, Stevie Wonder 35. Doc Smith wants the Maynard Ferguson. That's sold to Doc Smith, Maynard Ferguson. Next was Kristen wants a Pisces Iscariot. That was from the last crate. If anybody else wants that, that is the Smashing Pumpkins Pisces Iscariot. That's $39.99. The Hardy album was $34.99, and Mike Vandergits wants the Elvis box. Final call on Stevie Wonder. We've got Calvin Ward at $40, and no bids yet on Stray Cat self-titled at $35. Big Bad Boss Beat, Dance Party Special. Bill Doggett, Gary U.S. Bond, Sandy Nelson, D.D. Sharp. That's $12.99. The Beatles, Abbey Road, $99.99. So I told you we're about to hit a pocket of Beatles albums. If you decide you want any of these, please comment the name of the album. This is a 1969 Los Angeles press in partial shrink wrap. It's got most of the shrink wrap on it, and it is a very, very, very nice copy. That is $99.99. I've got copies of Abbey Road ranging from $100 plus to probably $5, just depending on the condition. Rydell Martin wants the Boss Beat. That's sold to Rydell Martin. David's at 35, or Fred was at 35 on Stray Cats, and we've got David back in at 36. Okay, we have Rubber Soul. $49.99, 1965 Scranton press. Original Capitol inner sleeve, that's a good sign. Original Capitol label, Scranton press from 65. This is an OG Beatles Rubber Soul, $49.99. Rubber Soul. I gotta say that slowly or I'll get tongue twisted. George Martin, his orchestra play Help. This is $29.99. George Martin and his orchestra play Help. $29.99 on that. For those that's looking for nice, clean, vintage copies of some Beatles albums, you're in the right place right now. The Beatles Rock and Roll Memories Volume 2, $19.99. Rock and Roll Memories Volume 2. That's an official compilation by the Beatles. That's Volume 2. And here's Volume 1. Those are both $19.99 each. Yesterday and Today, $39.99. This is tape on cover. Yes, I was about to say. I was like, what is tape on cover? Thought that was he was referring to something on the label. This is the Yesterday and Today Beatles compilation. Stereo press, $39.99, and yes, it does have some tape on the cover. That is $39.99. Let It Be is $49.99. This is a 1970 Jacksonville press. Let It Be, $49.99. Okay, so we do have a new bid on Stray Cats. Let's go ahead and sell Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder sold to Calvin Ward for $40. No one ever else said out, but no one also never did bid. So Stevie Wonder's at $40. We got a new bid on Stray Cats at $38. And somebody wanted the Beatles Rock and Roll Memory Volume 2. Patricia Callahan wants the Beatles Rock and Roll Memories Volume 1. That is sold to Patricia. Let's see here. The Beatles, Hey Jude, $44.99. Hey Jude, very clean Apple pressing of Hey Jude, $44.99. We have a nice copy of the White Album here. This is a 1973 press, $59.99 with poster and photos. This is a non-serial numbered. It is embossed. It's from 73, and that means that's technically a reissue. Originally came out in 68. James Bragg wants the Beatles Hey Jude. That's sold to James Bragg. The Beatles 62 to 66. This is on Capitol. This is $39.99. I always thought this was weird too. Sometimes you see them on, usually the blue is associated with 67 to 70. Sometimes they're on blue labels and it's 62 to 66, which I always thought was odd. Final call on the Stray Cats. Fred's at 40. David Bosworth, let me know if you're in or out. The Beatles' second album. This is a very clean copy, $49.99. The Beatles' second album. This is a 1964 Los Angeles press. Steppenwolf, Slow Flux. Steppenwolf is $19.99. David's back in on the Cats at 41. Bad Company, Burning Sky, $19.99. Bad Company, Burning Sky. And then I've also pulled out two of the more popular Bad Company titles that we never can seem to keep in stock. This album's not really ever been repressed recently. I wish they would kind of remaster some of these and reissue them. because there's a lot of people who want Bad Company by Bad Company, and we just don't ever get enough. This is a very clean U.S. Original press. There's the original black inner sleeve it came in. It's got dog-eared a little bit, but it'll flatten out. No really damage to it. There's the nice gatefold cover. 1974 Bad Company self-titled. Also, the first track is Bad Company. It's Bad Company by Bad Company, and the first song is Bad Company. $20 start on that. They're still bidding on Stray Cats. David's back in at 41, and Jet It wants the Rock and Roll Memories Volume 2. That's sold to Jet It. Nice copy of Bad Company there. We also have an unusually nice copy of Run with the Pack. So another Bad Company. 1999, Bad Company Run with the Pack. And we have Bad Company Burning Sky. Those are both $19.99 each. You can go ahead and claim these. This one's up for auction. Elton John, Ice on Fire. Elton John is $19.99. Ian Hunter, You're Never Alone with a Schizophreniac. Ian Hunter's $14.99. Very clean copy. Gold stamp promo. The Ramones, It's Alive. This is an original 1979 UK pressing. $74.99. The Ramones, It's Alive. Very nice copy. Top copy. Chuck Berry, more rock and roll rarities from the golden era of Chess Records. $19.99 for Chuck Berry. And I've got a message to you. Never seen this Bee Gees before. It's a foreign pressing on the Contour label. The Bee Gees is $19.99. Okay, the Stray Cats, 41. Bad Company, 25, 20, 20, 20, 22, 43 on Stray Cats, 25 on Bad Company, then 27, 27. And we got Mike Vandergits first on Chuck Berry. And so Mike Vandergits first on Chuck Berry. Jeff McMaster first to the Ramones. James Bragg wants both of the Bad Companies that's in here. I was about to say, I'm waiting for somebody to grab those. Veronica's at 30 on this Bad Company. David's at 44 on Stray Cats. Mike Vandergits first on the Bee Gees. Ivan, you are second. The Offspring somebody asked about. The Offspring is $28.99. Smash. Featuring Self-Esteem. Okay, keep rolling in this bin. We have, I don't know. What's that say? Joe Jackson. Never seen this one. Joe Jackson, live 1980 and 86. 2 LP. $34.99. Never seen that Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson, Night and Day. I've definitely seen that one. $19.99. And Billy Squier, Signs of Life. Billy Squier is $19.99. Bad Company's now at $37. Let me do a final call on the Stray Cats. The Stray Cats is $44. $44 with a Stray Cats to David Bosworth. Who else was bidding on that? Fred Carnell, please let me know if you're in or out. Vision Quest soundtrack, very cool. Vision Quest soundtrack is $24.99. The Vision Quest soundtrack, $24.99. Michael Schenker Group, gold stamp promo and shrink wrap and hop sticker, $34.99. Michael Schenker Group, perfect timing. This one's called Perfect Timing. Gold stamp promo and shrink wrap and hop sticker, $34.99. And Journey Escape, a really nice copy, original inner sleeve, $19.99 in shrink wrap. Journey Escape. John Schaefer, let me know if you want a copy of The Offspring, because I've got 2 other people who want one, and I think I've only got 2 left. So John Schaefer, let me know if you want a copy. Andrew Schoen wants a copy, and Angela Leckington wants a copy. I definitely could get more. I just don't think I have any on hand. So if for some reason he wants one and we need to put Angela on a waiting list, we'll ask her if that's okay first. Then we'll do that. All right, so Bad Company was at 35, then 37. James Bragg's back in at 41 on Bad Company. Fred Carnell said he's out on Stray Cats. So final call on the Stray Cats. David Bosworth has that for $44. Excuse me. Ron Phillips is first to Vision Quest, and Tanner, that one was $24.99. I got a batch of stuff here the other night when we were doing some metal records. I got down to a few of these that I never did get to auction. That's what's left in the bin that we're about to do buy it nows on. So Ron Phillips got Vision Quest, $24.99. Kevin Tays was first to Michael Schenker Group, and Calvin Ward was first to Journey. Ivan was second. And Fred says he's back in on Stray Cats at 45. John Schaefer passed on The Offspring, so that means the 2 people who claimed one actually got one. Fred is back in on the Stray Cats, David. He's at 45 now. So back to you, Mr. David Bosworth. And let's do a final call on Bad Company, self-titled, Really nice, original 74 press, gatefold, super clean vinyl. High bid on this is $41. I can't get enough. Boy, this is a killer album too. Can't get enough. That's why I said that, because that's the first track. Can't get enough of your love. Rock steady, ready for love. I love that one. Don't Let Me Down. Bad Company, of course. Moving On, Siegel. That's a fantastic album. All right, so Jetted, I've already pulled the Beatles for you. We've got bids still on Bad Company and Stray Cats. How about some HSAS? Hagar, Sean, Arison, and Shreve. This is $19.99. Through the Fire and Mama's Boys, Power and Passion. Mama's Boys, Power and Passion. This is $24.99. Getting a few more of those Stray hair metal records I didn't get to. Yes, Jeff Buckley Grace. Jeff Buckley Grace is $33.99, Alan. $33.99 for Jeff Buckley Grace. That's been one of our best sellers. Calvin Ward wants the Sammy Hagar. That's sold to Calvin Ward. James Bragg's at $45 on Bad Company. Stephanie, you're out. David's at $50 on Stray Cats. Fred, you're out. Saga, Worlds Apart. Saga is $19.99. Worlds Apart. Ooh, I don't hate this band. I hate their name. Giafria. What do you think, Tanner? Am I close? $19.99 gold stamp promo. Giafria. Yeah, I think that's what I used to say. This is called Silk Steel. $19.99. Brandon Jackson was first on Saga. Brandon Jackson first to Saga. Bad Company at $47. Joe Sloop got the Giafria. I think that's how it is said. So Joe Sloop on Giafria. That's sold to Joe Sloop. James Bragg's at $49 on Bad Company. And let's continue. Another one. This is their self-titled, Giafria. This one's also $19.99. Giafria, self-titled, $19.99. All right, so let's go ahead and sell the Stray Cats. Fred says he's out. No more thinking on this one. It's sold to David Bosworth for $50. Pristine pressing of Stray Cats, self-titled, Japanese press. And Bad Company is still getting bid. Stephanie and James Bragg is bidding on that. Stephanie's at $50. I do have a whole nother crate of Japanese pressings. I've got Deep Purple, George Harrison, Duran Duran, Paul McCartney, Wham, Eagles, Crosby and Nash, Eagles, Beatles, Wings, Van Halen, The Godfather, Billy Joel, Paul McCartney, Gone with the Wind, Grease, Eagles, Journey, Sound of Music, Flashdance, Rick Springfield, Eric Clapton, more Godfather, Todd Rundgren's, Foreigners, Duran Duran's, Billy Joel's. Let's do this Gone with the Wind soundtrack. That one's interesting. Never had this one before. This is EX. EX on the vinyl. Gone with the Wind soundtrack. Gone with the Wind soundtrack. EX on the vinyl. Not a bad copy whatsoever. There is the Japanese insert, Gone with the Wind. This is an awesome cover too, because you get the incredible artwork, the obi, gatefolds with lots of pictures from the film. Very nice. Scarlet and Rhett. That is a $25 start. $25 start on that. I think the other Giafria is sold to Brandon Jackson. Brandon, let me know if that's right. I think you were first to the second one I showed. If not, then it's sold to Joe Sloop because he got the other one. Bad Company's at $61. And Mike's at $25 on Gone with the Wind. This is Tigers of Pantang, The Wreck Age. Is that right? $24.99. This is from 1985. Tigers of Pantang, The Wreckage, maybe. The Wreck Age, The Wreckage. That is $24.99. That is now up for, buy it now. These are up for auction. Mike's at $25 on Gone with the Wind. Final call. We need to make sure Stephanie's out on Bad Company. Stephanie, you're out. Never mind, she's back in, 62. Chris Wood Sr. on Tigers. We have Tigers of Pantang, The Cage, another one. This is also $24.99. The Tigers of Pantang. There's another one, $24.99. And Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds, $19.99. Molly Hatchet. This one looks like a little bit different label because it's a UK version. Also, a very nice jacket on this one, which has the Frank Frazetta artwork So collectible on the Molly Hatchet albums. $19.99. Fly By Night is $39.99. If anybody wants a copy of Fly By Night, $39. This one actually comes in a resealable bag. I don't know why, but most of them come in these sealed perforated bags, but probably one of our better selling Rush titles compared to sold quantities on all the other ones. $39.99 if anybody wants a Fly By Night. Stephanie, you're back out on Bad Company. Final call on Gone with the Wind. And Bob Reiger wants the cage. That was our first crate of new vintage stuff. If anybody's news watching for the first time, thank you and welcome. We're doing 2 auctions back here. We're also doing a crate of Buy It Nows. I've got 4 more crates of vintage stuff that go through like this. There's some killer Beatles albums still available. We've got a lot of new vinyl to go through. And then we're going to be doing this again tomorrow, which is Thursday. We're going to do it Friday, Saturday, and 4 sales this week. And then we'll start back next week, Monday, with the rest of the show, rest of the week. Hundreds of records to show you, thousands actually. Stephanie's out on Bad Company, so James has that for $67. I'm about to sell these at the same time. Lynn's Farn, Fog on the Tyne, that's $19.99. One more run through on these. Grupo Sportivo Mistakes, that is $19.99. This is Meet the Jazz Tet. This is Art Farmer Benny Golson. That is $29.99. Is this what you asked about, Doc? This is Art Farmer and Benny Golson, Meet the Jazz Tet. That is also got McCoy Tyner on it. It feels like the inner sleeve has got... Yeah, I need to put it in a new inner sleeve. This was originally a polyline bag, and it's all got smushed down in there. I'll put this in a new sleeve for you. Plus, it's got promo stamps on the back. I'm just going to go ahead and put it back in the jacket, and then I'll put that in a new sleeve if anybody buys it. Art Farmer and Benny Golson. Let's see here. Both of the Tigers records are already sold. Let me go ahead and sell Bad Company. James Bragg, that's yours for $67. And Mike McGinnis gets Gone with the Wind for $25. Let me go ahead and put Ryan Anderson down for the Grupo Sportivo. And Doc Smith wants the Jazz Tet. And let's set that aside so we can put it in a new inner sleeve in that for him. That's sold to Doc Smith. Okay, next 2 auctions. I told you we had probably the 2 best-selling Bad Company albums. Here's the other one. This is Bad Company Straight Shooter. Another nice, clean OG press, as in near mint minus. This is US. It's got the inner sleeve. Bad Company Straight Shooter. Good Lovin' Gone Bad, Feel Like Making Love, Shooting Star, Deal with the Preacher is a really good song. $20 start on that. Bad Company, Straight Shooter. That is also up for auction. Another really clean, nice, cool, very nice, super cool copy. I can't think of any other adjectives. Let me put up really cool soundtracks. Cool is my favorite word to describe records tonight. This is also one of my favorite movies because it's the greatest film of all time. The Godfather soundtrack. Very cool Japanese press. It's a gatefold. Should have this booklet fold out deal with it right here, as you see. Yeah, it folds out like this. Stills from the film. Man, unbelievable. Okay. This is a $25 start. It is a Japanese press. The vinyl is about VG+. Somebody actually played this. They enjoyed it. It's got a couple stray marks on it. It's actually been handled and played, unlike most Japanese records. This is going to be a $25 start. $25 start for the Godfather Japanese press. What I really like about this one, not only is it really cool music, of course, from the film, but it's a really nice packaging with the gatefold and pictures and the obi. And just FYI, right after this, I'm going to put up Godfather Part 2, which I like the score music to that one even more. So if you buy this one, you might want to get that one, so you can go ahead and get 2 as a package deal. All right. Let me see what's going on here. We got Bad Company, 27, 20, 30, 28, 57, 31, 25, Godfather. Okay, and Lynn's Farn. This is $19.99 Fred Carnell. Quick update on our auctions before I continue this crate. The Godfather's at $30. I think 3 people have bid $30. And James Bragg, I think he's went ahead and said all in on Bad Company. James Bragg's at $57. He's like, you've got to outbid me. $57 on Bad Company, and we have got the Lens Farn. Okay, we have the best of Nelson Riddle. The best of Nelson Riddle, $9.99. How to Keep Your Husband Happy, Debbie Drake, $9.99. Our Memories of Elvis, $9.99. The Romeo and Juliet soundtrack, $14.99. The Roseanne Cash interview promo. It has some music on it as well, featuring selections from Somewhere in the Stars and The 7-Year Ache. It has music on it. It has music on it as well. So, conversation. And it has music. Yeah, so it has music, and it's probably an interview. They play some music, etc. $9.99. Michael Nesbitt from the Monkees, compilation, $29.99. And then we got a slew of really cool Beatles records and kind of nicer stuff. OG US Abbey Road and Shrink, $99.99. US OG Rubber Soul, Scranton Press, $49.99. George Martin, famous Beatles producer, and his orchestra playing Help. That is $29.99. Yesterday and Today comp. Great stuff on here. Yesterday, Dr. Robert, I'm Only Sleeping. $29.99. Let It Be was $49.99. We have a copy of the White Album for $59.99. The 62 to 66 comp was $39.99. The Beatles' second album is $49.99. And then, here's what's left. Steppenwolf Slow Flux, $19.99. Elton John Ice on Fire, $19.99. Ian Hunter, $14.99. Joe Jackson Live 80-86, $34.99. Joe Jackson Night and Day, $19.99. Billy Squire Signs of Life, $19.99. Mama's Boy was $24.99. Power and Passion. And Molly Hatchet Beating the Odds was $19.99. And that was a UK press. Okay, Godfather, 30-30-30, 32-40, Godfather 45. There was not a Gurria record. No, there wasn't. No, that's not the same DiCaprio. This is the earlier Romeo and Juliet. Brian C. wants George Martin Plays Help. That's sold to Brian C. I've got this entire, there's several of these George Martin type records. They're very cool. I've got most of those, I think. Let's see here. Let's sell Gloria a copy of Yesterday and Today. That's sold to Gloria Bars. Alan Jonathan wants Mama's Boys, and Tom Sullivan offered $20. Tom Sullivan has offered $20 on this, I think, 3 times. And Alan, I was going to wait till I came back to it to acknowledge his offer. You have claimed it. If you want it for $24.99, Tom Sullivan, it's yours. If not, it's Alan's. So this is Tom if he wants it. If not, it's Alan Jonathan's, $24.99. And Tanner, that's we'll figure out what happens on that, but that one will be $24.99 whenever we get to it. And Preston's at $50 on The Godfather, and I think we can go ahead and sell Bad Company to James Bragg for $57. So that's sold to James Bragg for $57, and The Godfather's currently at $50 with Preston. Now 60, now 55, 60. Bob needs to put back Tiger's Cage. Bob needs to put that back. I think somebody was backup on it, so we'll see. If anybody was backup on that Tiger's Cage album, let me know. Tom says he's going to pass on Mama's Boys. Chris Wood Sr., okay. We'll make sure he wants that. Tom's going to pass at $25, so we're going to sell that to Alan Johnson for $25. Tom, I saw your offer earlier, but I was looking over it because I was just doing buy it now first. It's that one there, yeah. Cage.
So there probably wasn't
okay. Bob is going to pass on this. This is Tigers of Pantang, The Cage, $24.99. Chris Wood Sr., if you want it, you can have it. If anybody else wants it, let me know. Don't get that often. Let's see. Molly Hatchet, James Bragg, Molly Hatchet, $15. I'm going to keep everything sticker price, just like I did a moment ago. So, like I usually do when we go back through these tonight, I'll start entertaining offers. That's another reason I was skipping Tom Sullivan earlier. Everything sticker price right now. Will I take $15 for that in a few hours, or a couple hours, or a few hours? Probably. but you can go ahead and buy it now if you want it. If not, that's up to you. So Chris Wood Sr. took the Tiger record. They're still bidding on the Godfather. Just FYI, whenever we sell Godfather 1, I'll sell Godfather 2 as well. I have more new vinyl to show you. Let me figure out what I've done with them. We've already went through one crate. I think this is some really good stuff here. Let me see what's underneath this. Let me put some of these in here. I feel like this crate here has some stuff in it y'all hadn't seen in a while. And we got a couple surprise restocks. We love surprise restocks. Let me put all these in this crate. And if you're watching for the first time, we sell a lot of new vinyl. We get all the newest releases. We get a lot of stuff that's pretty allocated. Sometimes, like music on vinyl, which I'm going to show some of those in just a second. Chris Wood, did I pull the Tigers record for Chris Wood Sr.? Okay, Tanner's pulled that. We're still bidding on the Godfather. Let me put up a new Japanese pressing. Let's do Foreigner, Agent Provocateur. Agent Provocateur. Foreigner. This is a really nice copy. I Want to Know What Love Is. Very nice. This cover's infamous for having a lot of wear on it, being a black cover. Nice Obi. Also, for the first time, notice this was a big capital F on the front for Foreigner. $35 start. This is near mint and pristine. Boy, this song here, I Want to Know What Love Is. I love, of course, Mick Jones and Lou Graham and his vocals. Got to take a little time. When he hits that first line, you're like, whoa, he's being serious. Foreigner, $35 start. Agent Provocateur. Beautiful, pristine, Japanese pressing. $35 start. Okay, let's update the Godfather right quick so I can do a final call on that. Preston's at $65. Any half off on the second, any half off second half. Most likely, possibly. And yes, I think there's some of the bad weather has already come through here. I think most of the bad weather's already gone for the night, but I don't know. I hadn't looked at weather since I've been in Augusta. Okay, new vinyl. We've got, finally, out of all the Slipknot albums, this is usually the more tougher one to get, Slipknot Iowa. I have 3 available. That's on the translucent green vinyl as well. Slipknot Iowa, $36.99. If you want one, just comment Slipknot or Iowa. Britney Spears, My Prerogative. This is Britney Spears' greatest hits, $44.99. They have just reissued her entire catalog. I've just really stocked her greatest hits. I figured that would be the most popular, and so far it has been. Black Sabbath Paranoid. This is the 2012 remaster. I opened one of these. Anytime I get a different copy of Paranoid, I want to listen to it, and this one is incredible, just like most of them are. Of course, it's just... they're just really good. $29.99. Let me go back up to the top here. Final call on the Godfather now, and no one has bid on Foreigner. If no one bids initially, I'll make it a buy it now, and it's a first come, first serve. Robin Pruitt first on Slipknot. James Bragg, if you commented that on that flip video, yes, but I'll go ahead and pull one out just in case, because that we could sell out of that very easily tonight. So put James Bragg down for one of those on a maybe, and then the other one is for Robin. Britney Spears, Black Sabbath, The Cult, Love. That is the black vinyl version. The Cult, Love, $31.99. MF Doom is back in stock. Operation Doomsday, MF Doom, $36.99. And Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's the single LP remaster. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, $31.99. Night Ranger is on opaque blue vinyl. Night Ranger is opaque blue vinyl. It says limited to 1,000, although it's been available for like a year. So that is $28.99. Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. That includes In My Place and The Scientist, $33.99. I did comment. Okay, then I've already got you one pulled. So we'll go ahead and put his back. Paul Brothers is in on Foreigner, and he also wants Britney Spears. Scott's going to take the other copy. So I put James Bragg's Iowa back in here, but now we're going to pull one for Scott Joachim Stoller. Thank you, Scott. Oh, man. I was ending The Godfather, and Ryan Rice has come in and bid 70, but that's no problem. Preston, you're out. Foreigner is at $30 with Paul Brothers. Foreigner is at $30 with Paul Brothers. I'll go ahead and give that a little bit more time since The Godfather just got a bid. In Sync, this is self-titled, 25th anniversary, $34.99, or excuse me, $31.99. I Want You Back, one of the big songs on that. Iowa, Brandon is $36.99. Coldplay, I've already showed that. Never Mind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, $29.99. And Bush Live in Tampa. Bush Live in Tampa. That's a 2LP red vinyl live Bush, $31.99. Come Down, Glycerin, Everything Zen. The Sound of Winter, $31.99. Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame. Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame. Two of those available, $38.99. James Bragg wants SP. That's Sex Pistols. So did James Bragg. Colin Butler wants an MF Doom, Operation Doomsday. I've got two more of those if anybody wants one. Rydell Martin on In Sync. That's so to Rydell Martin. And Brandon Lack wants Iowa. Brandon Lack wants Iowa. Jackie Reynolds on Depeche Mode. Okay, Preston, are you in or out on The Godfather, sir? Ryan Rice is at 70, going twice, going three times. Let's go ahead and sell Paul Brothers Foreigner for $30. That's sold to Paul Brothers for $30, and he said, okay, 72. Ryan Rice, you're back out on that. Foreigner is sold. Let me grab a new Japanese auction. I got a couple 7-inch Japanese singles I've never had before. Ooh, I might have to keep that one. That is going home with Chad. But I will pull up this, or put up, this really cool Boston. Check out the artwork on this one. Boston, Don't Look Back. Original Japanese 7-inch single. Pristine. This is a $20 start. $20 start. Pristine Japanese 7-inch single of Boston, Don't Look Back. Should have the lyrics on the back. Don't look back, a new day is breaking. It's been too long since I felt this way. $20 start. Okay, let me see what I got here. Austin just bid on Foreigner. Sorry, Austin. Just sold that. I've pulled everything else. Godfather is still battling. They're still battling. Talking Heads 77. This is one of the only Talking Heads albums I can seem to get in stock right now. This is $31.99 for Talking Heads 77. Muddy Waters and the Rolling Stones. I've sold a lot of these. I didn't realize I was out of stock until I kind of forgot about it because we didn't have any. I haven't shown it in a long time. Quick little story. First, they're $59.99. It's on red and white vinyl. Muddy Waters was playing a concert in Chicago at the Checkerboard Lounge. The Rolling Stones kind of just went in there to hang out, kind of like VIPs. They had a table on the front row. Muddy Waters I think he knew they were coming. Not only that, he seen them come in. Then he invited them up on stage. Next thing you know, Mick, Keith, Ron Wood, they're all up on stage with Muddy Waters. Luckily, it was being filmed and recorded. And this is that concert. That was November 22nd, 1981. $59.99. Cool record, especially if you go watch it on YouTube. That's the complete concert. Moby Play. Moby is $39.99. The Beatles Past Masters is $54.99. The Beatles Past Masters. That's a 2LP Beatles unreleased album, singles, and B-sides. $54.99 Past Masters. Muddy Waters at Newport, and that's on purple vinyl. Muddy Waters at Newport, $28.99. The Beatles Rubber Soul is $36.99. The Misfits Collection, Volume 2. The Misfits Collection, Volume 2, $36.99. House of Pain, Fine Malt Lyrics. If you buy one of these, I'll give you a free jump rope. I'm not joking either. Free jump rope when you buy one of these. $36.99, House of Pain. And The Very Best of the Grateful Dead, $44.99. Very Best of the Grateful Dead. Okay, Godfather 72, now 73. Let's see here. We've got Boston at 20. Do you sell 45 RPM adapters? Yes, we do. Give me a second. I'll show you some. And I think we're caught up here. Commodores, live in Alabama, $33.99. Yeah, they're hanging Yeah, they're hanging right over there. Commodores. This is live in Alabama, 1969. Gold and red splatter vinyl. Gold and red splatter vinyl. Commodores, 1969, $33.99. These are the 45. Yep. Yeah, $6.99. They're from Vinyl Style, 45 RPM adapters. Vintage solutions for the modern era. That's the Vinyl Style slogan. $6.99 for those. That's what we have there. Jared DeJagger on House of Pain. Make sure Jared gets a jump rope. Andrew Showen on The Grateful Dead. Preston's at 80 on The Godfather. Doc said he'll take a pack of adapters. Final call on Boston. I'm about to sell that. Last copy I have left of Bush Razor Blade Suitcase. This is on pink vinyl. It's a 10 bands breast cancer awareness like fundraiser. I think the label works with this, and they do that. $34.99, and that's on pink vinyl. Fleetwood Mac Rumors 2LP 45 RPM. $59.99 for Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's the 2LP Palace pressing. Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell. Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell 2LP. This is a new expanded edition. It has an LP of rarities and live versions. $39.99. Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell. Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged. This is an unofficial pressing. Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged. Only one I have. $39.99. And then I've got 2 copies of Boston. $28.99 for Boston. Self-titled. More Than a Feeling. Long Time Gone. Peace of Mind. Smoking. Hitch a Ride is great. That is $28.99. $29.99. Okay, Godfather's at 80. That means I need to know if Ryan Rice, let me know if you're in or out on the Godfather. Let's go ahead and sell Calvin Ward the Boston 7-inch single for 20. I'm going to lay that right there on the corner, Tanner. That's sold to Calvin for 20. Let's see here. We've already pulled House of Pain. Godfather's at 80. Robin Pruitt on the Bush. Robin, I've got you down for Bush. James Bragg sent his text message in the wrong place. No problem. We've seen that before. Somebody accidentally commented one night on the feed. They was like, I don't know, honey, but I'm trying to buy records right now. Or something like that. And I think that was a text message meant for their wife, and they accidentally commented it live on Facebook. It happens all the time. Godfather is at 85, and Preston, you're back out on that. Okay, somebody asked about warrant. Let me show these because I have an extraordinary amount in stock. Also, I'll take a dirty, rotten, filthy, stinking rich. Or, no, a dog eat dog. For the first time ever, I can show these and say we have these in stock. Look, this is incredible. Cherry Pie, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, and Dog Eat Dog. Cherry Pie, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, and Dog Eat Dog. They're all colored, numbered, limited edition music on vinyl pressings, and they're all $44.99. $44.99. Life is busy. No problem. Okay. Let me see here. Let me make sure I do this in right order. Ryan's at 85 on The Godfather. Chris D. Lorenzo wants a Chris D. Lorenzo on the Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell. What, Children of the Sea came on the other day while I was driving, and I was revived. I forgot about that song. Whew. Making me dizzy thinking about it. Jason F. wants a Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged. Chris D. Lorenzo, your bid on Boston just came in. Sorry, I've already sold that. And we've got Greg Stone. I need a Reclaim, a Cherry Pie to go with my Dirty Rotten. So Greg Stone needs a Cherry Pie. Allison Campbell wants a Cherry Pie. Preston's at 90 on the Godfather Japanese soundtrack. James Bragg wants a Dirty Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Ryan's at 100 on the Godfather. And we have Scotty also. Now, Dirty, I'm going to leave the chat for a second. Not before I say Bruce Weatherspoon wants a Cherry Pie. Our warrant titles are some of the most best sellers we've ever had, literally. I mean, we have sold hundreds and hundreds of warrants on music on vinyl. These are official presses. They're limited. They're on colored vinyl. There is a pre-order up for warrant, and we just got those in today. I have not pulled them, But let me show you the warrant pre-order post. You may, but so you don't accidentally double claim them. Where the heck is it? I got a lot of pre-orders up. Some of these I can delete or take down because... there it is. Yeah, so we have several people who've already pre-ordered this. I didn't even reply and do the numbers yet, but just here's a quick glance to refresh your memory. Here's what the pre-order looks like on that. And, you know, Jared Benoit, Jerry Stone, Greg Stone, Terry Myers. I'm not going to read everybody's name, but if you think maybe you're already on here, let me know. A lot of people bought 2. One person bought 5 of them. Those just came in today, so those are available. Or those, we'll pull those pre-orders. Bruce Weatherspoon on cherry pie. Austin Cauldron says his comments aren't coming through. He wants a Sex Pistols. I don't have another one of those, but I can put you down for one and a pack of adapters. Preston's at 110 on The Godfather. Bruce got a cherry pie. Did I miss somebody else's comment? James Jackson. I know it was somebody new. Sorry, I had to refresh my feed. What was that name again? James Jackson. James Jackson, thank you. I figured we'd have some first-time buyers on some of the warrant titles. But these are the 3 we have in stock. If anybody else new watching for the first time wants one, please let me know. We have cherry pie. They're not hand numbered. They're gold stamp numbered on the back. There's cherry pie. There's dirty rock. This is the new one, the new restock on colored vinyl. And there's this. If anybody wants one, just comment away. We have plenty. I've got 100 plus. I've got 100 plus. And I've got 100 plus. They will eventually start disappearing. Also, they have made an announcement. I will probably put it up for a pre-order again. But they're going to reissue all 3 on black vinyl. They are reissuing. They all come out on the same week, I think, in May. They're doing all 3 of these on black vinyl. So it does look like Music on Vinyl secured that licensing to print those on black vinyl, which means they're going to be around for a while. But that also means all the colored vinyl are done. So they're done making these on colored vinyl. They've done 2 versions of that. They've done 2 versions of this, and they've done 2 versions of that. And now they're going to be on black vinyl. So that is the warrants. I might not be seeing everybody's comments tonight for some reason. The warrants are $44.99. Sorry, Mark, and sorry, Bruce. A couple people's asked the price again. All 3 titles are $44.99. Okay, back to our bins. Let's see here. The Godfather, I think I might need an update on that. If everybody can bid again, please. I think The Godfather, we was at 110. We was at 110 on The Godfather. Yeah, Preston Rogers is at 110. We're going to be doing part 2. I'm going to auction Godfather part 2 after this one, but we're at 110. Okay. I'm going to run through these titles one more time. If anybody needs anything, let me know. We have Britney Spears' Greatest Hits, $44.99. Black Sabbath Paranoid, one of the greatest rock albums ever, $29.99. The Cult Love is $31.99. The Cult Love is $31.99. MF Doom is $36.99. MF Doom is $36.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, there's 2 versions in here. The single LP is $31.99. And Night Ranger is $28.99. Coldplay is $33.99. Rush of Blood to the Head. Bush live in Tampa is $31.99. Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame, $28.99. Also, anybody new watching, we do $7 unlimited shipping. So anything you buy tonight, tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, we're going to be doing this 4 more times this week. Everything ships for $7. $7 unlimited shipping, and that's just for this week. And then when we restart next week, that shipping charge will reset for $7. But you'll have opportunities to buy a lot of records and get them shipped very economically for $7. Talking Heads is $31.99. $59.99 for the Rolling Stones Checkerboard Lounge. Moby Play, $39.99. The Beatles, $54.99. Muddy Waters was on purple vinyl at Newport, $28.99. Rubber Soul, $36.99. The Misfits Collection Volume 2, $36.99. The Commodores Live in Alabama, gold and red vinyl, $19.69, $33.99. The very good Palace Fleetwood Mac pressing, $59.99. And Boston is $28.99. Final call on The Godfather. Ryan, if you've bid or said out, please let me know again because I had to reset my feed. But that's a final call on The Godfather for $110. I had a package sent out yesterday, and it said it was delivered back in Lebanon. Yeah, so here's a very unfortunate thing that happens sometimes. Our mailman shows up to pick up hundreds of packages, and what he does a mass scan. He takes them and he scans them all, and on his machine, instead of selecting picked up, he accidentally marks them as delivered, and when he does that, he can't undo it. Plus, he'd have to scan like 3. This happens about once a month. He's in a hurry. He scans like 300 packages. He hits delivered instead of picked up. And that means your tracking number looks like it's been delivered back to us. Here's the unfortunate part. It's on the way to you, but you can't track it anymore. So that's just that. That's just the way it is. It's on the way to you, but you can't track it. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. So I'm going through the next bin of vintage here. Looks like there's some unbelievably good stuff, really good titles. So let me pull these out, and let's go through them. Looks like some cool stuff in here. Some more new vintage arrivals. Ryan's out on The Godfather. Doc Smith wants a Muddy at Newport. Doc, you may have already claimed that one in the flip video. Did you already claim that one in the flip video, Doc? If not, I'll go ahead and pull it for you. Boston, I don't know if it's 180 gram. Bruce also wants a Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Doc, let me know if you want the Newport. You may have already claimed it in a flip video, but I'll make sure. Okay, Godfather is so depressed and for 110. Before we can continue, let me put up some new Japanese pressings. As promised, we'll do Godfather Part 2 next. And we'll do, let's see what we have here. The Supremes live in Japan. Promo copy. Never seen this before. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Godfather's going. Well, if it went over 500, we would definitely bring out the air horn. Okay, Godfather Part 2. This one's even better. This one should bring, this is a better film and soundtrack. This should bring 250. Godfather Part 2. Very nice. Gatefold. Scenes from the flashback. Scenes from the modern era. There's Hyman Roth at the airport. It's got a little bit of a ding corner right here, and it does have a little bit of a spine crackle. You don't have to worry about that because the record will probably not go back in the jacket. $35 start. $35 start on The Godfather Part 2. There's the Japanese insert. Also some scenes from the film. Robert De Niro. Near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. That's now up for bid. Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich is a $44.99. Buy it now. Bruce got one. Several people got one. Let's see. And Robin Pruitt is at $25 on The Godfather. That's up for bid. The Supremes live in Japan is a promo copy. $35 start. The Supremes live in Japan. That's a white label promo. There's the original anti-static that came with it. There is the lyric insert, and there's the gatefold cover with Obi. The Supremes live in Japan, $35 start. That's a promo copy. That's a promo copy. Okay, new bin of vintage arrivals. Michael Schenker Group, Built to Destroy. Michael Schenker Group is $24.99. The Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams are made of this. I think it's actually called, Sweet Dreams. The Eurythmics, $24.99. The World of Ray Charles. This looks like a London, UK press, $19.99. The World of Ray Charles. Hendry first on Michael Schenker Group. The Beatles, 67 to 70. This is an Apple pressing, $49.99. Very nice, 67 to 70. Another copy of Yesterday and Today, $34.99 on this one. It's a green Target label reissue, $34.99. Alverick Powell bid $35 on the Supremes. He also wants the Ray Charles record. That's sold to Alverick Powell. Van Morrison, Hard Nosed the Highway, $34.99 on Van Morrison. Split Ends is a gold stamp promo on the front, $19.99. Dysrhythmia, the Split Ends, $19.99. Robert Gordon with Link Ray, Fresh Fish Special. Robert Gordon with Link Ray, $19.99. 16-track audiophile recording, Let's Twist. Wow, is this like a audio, this looks like some kind of audiophile pressing of Chubby Checker? Interesting, $19.99. No, there's other songs on here. Chubby Checker, Hank Ballard, $19.99. Walt Cruz first on Split Ends. All right, we got 2 auctions up. We have, actually, we don't have a bid yet on The Godfather. I said a $35 start. No bid yet on The Godfather. Looking for a $35 start. Going once, going twice before I make it a buy it now. And final call on the Supremes at $35 of Alverick Powell. Greg Kinban with The Naked Eye. Greg Kinban is $19.99. Oh no, it's Bram Tchaikovsky. Funland. Bram is $9.99. And The Damned is $99.99. This is a 1977 original UK press. This is a UK island press. $99.99 for The Damned. $99.99. Jason's at $35 on The Godfather. Final call. I'm going to sell these at the same time. I wonder what happened to Ryan and Preston. I wonder what happened to them. I got to grab me a Sprite right quick. I've already had a couple bottles of water. I need something a little heavier. Right, Seth? Seth has showed up. Seth has showed up to work. What a miracle. It's a miracle at the Lebanon Antique Mall. A miracle on Short Street. Wow, that's some good Sprite. Wow, that's a great batch. Coca-Cola has outdone themselves. They never cease to amaze me. Wow. That will punch you right in the face. Whew. That was good. Okay, Godfather 35, now 40. Bob, this was $49.99. That is the Apple press of that. Michael Ling is going to get I saw that in the crate earlier, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Fair warning, 2 announcements. John, I told y'all, I've been out of town. He spent the last couple of days digging in our back room. He found another batch of punk and metal records that we've never shown, including some autographed Danzig records. Yes, you heard me right. Autographed Danzig records, along with other metal and punk, some of that stuff from the Austin, Texas collection. He also found 2 boxes, which was like 4 crates of reggae records. That stuff will be shown periodically throughout the week. I will let you know specifically when the reggae and the punk is going to be shown. Hopefully the reggae will be worked on tomorrow. Michael Ling got The Damned. That's sold to Michael Ling. And what else do we have here? I did eat a pimento cheese at the Masters, yes.
There's that one we've never shown.
Yeah, let me show that 1 second. Yes, the Masters, I had a lot of chicken salad. I think Tuesday at the Masters, I ate 7 chicken salad sandwiches, 2 pimento cheese, 8 or 10 glasses of sweet tea, and I probably didn't spend over $50 on all that. It's incredible. Here's something else that we've had behind the counter that we've never shown. It's called Panda, All in the Pink. It's another metal record, Panda, All in the Pink. This is $199.99. It's from 1988. It has the lyric insert, I believe. Yeah, Panda. It has the original inner sleeve. That's $199.99 if anybody's interested. Panda. Okay, let's see here. Okay, final call on The Godfather. Ryan Rice is at 40. Ryan Rice is at 40, and we can go ahead and sell Alverick Powell the Supremes. Alverick, you got the Supremes for $35. Thank you. Okay, the Kinks Preservation Act. This is 1973, $24.99. Yeah, every time I walk by a concession stand, I got a sandwich and a glass of tea. Every time. Of course, if you realized how hard it was to walk that course, you would understand. My legs are sore. My ankles hurt. Some of the people I went with, they were sore. I mean, Jennifer can't even walk, she said. It is a brutal place to walk. It's incredible. Edward Star Wars on the Kinks. First to the Kinks was Edward Star Wars. Sherry Darnell was second. The Kinks' greatest celluloid heroes. $24.99 on this Kinks record as well. That's a tan RCA record. $24.99. Good Night Tonight. Wings. Paul McCartney. $19.99. This is a 12-inch single. Is it a promo? No, it's just a standard release. $19.99. So back-to-back Kinks records there. Hawkwind, Dreams. No, what's this say? It's $39.99. Dormi Faso Ladode. Hawkwind is $39.99. Bob Riger is going to buy his first Beatles record right here. You got a good start, 1967 to 70. This is sold to Bob Riger. That is a great way to start Mr. Riger. The other night when I had all the Beatles records on sale, we sold a ton of these, and still not everybody got one who wanted one. Bob gets that. First to Hawkwind is Wayne Titsworth. And, yeah, I know, as much as I work out, I walk every night on the incline. That does not train you for walking at Augusta, for sure. Not at all. Final call on Godfather. Ryan Rice is at $40. Straub's Deep Cuts. Straub's is $14.99. Straub's Deep Cuts, $14.99. Tuesday when I got there, Tiger was walking off the range. He was finishing up. He went and chipped a little bit, and I followed him around for 9 holes. That was the highlight of my entire trip. Him walking off the green, I got within 2 feet of him multiple times. And a couple times when he was chipping or putting, I was just like right there next to him. Unbelievable. I was like, I can't believe I'm in the presence of Tiger. I followed him around for half of a day, all over the course. Blood Rock 2, $19.99. Blood Rock 2, $19.99. Jimi Hendrix War Heroes. Jimi Hendrix War Heroes is $34.99. War Heroes, original reprise record from '72, $34.99. And Jerry Reed Live featuring Hot Stuff, $14.99. Jerry Reed Live, Hot Stuff, $14.99. When they roped off the crosswalk for one, I was behind the green, and they swung everybody for the rope, and him and Justin Thomas and Fred Couples walked right off the green to the second tee box, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's one of those like celebrity moments. There's Tiger. I almost said, hey man, I've been playing your video games since I've been 4. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane, $24.99. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane, $24.99. That's the best of Jefferson Airplane, essentially. The Teenagers, which is featuring Frankie Lyman. This is $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. And Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is the Peter Frampton, the Bee Gees, Aerosmith, Alice Cooper, Earth, Wind & Fire. That is $24.99. And this is complete with the poster, $24.99. The Godfather is sold for $40 to Ryan Rice. Ryan got The Godfather for $40. Doc Smith was first to the Teenagers. James Bragg wants the best or the worst of Jefferson Airplane. Jeff McMaster, you were second on the Teenagers, and James Bragg first on Sgt. Pepper's. James Bragg first on Sgt. Pepper's. There is, I did take some pictures. You can't take your phones in at Augusta, so that's another reason I've been out of touch with the world the last couple days. No cell phones on the grounds at Augusta National, so yeah, Tuesday I wasn't on my phone at all, because as soon as we left, we drove back, and I drove 6 hours, so no cell phones at Augusta, which is amazing. Nobody's on their phones. Everybody's just walking around enjoying the Masters. No cell phones. They will escort you out there in a hurry if you can sneak one in, which you can't, but I did take a lot of pictures. They're on a camera card right now. I'm going to try to get those tomorrow. Okay, we have the Grease soundtrack. Grease soundtrack is a Japanese pressing. This is going to be a $35 start. This is a 2LP, near mint, and pristine Grease soundtrack. Gatefold pressing with Obi. It does have a little bit of a tear or a fold right there. Other than that, this is a top copy of the Grease soundtrack. $35 start. $35 start on Grease, and we're going to do some ABBA. ABBA, the album. ABBA the album. Japanese press, also a $35 start on this. Top copy, beautiful cover, Obi, inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. ABBA, $35 start. $35 start on those. Okay, we have Genesis 3535. Back to the crate. Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album. Monty Python is $14.99. Contractual Obligation album. JoJo Gunn is $19.99. JoJo Gunn is $19.99. That's a self-titled album. Paul McCartney, Venus and Mars is $29.99. This is with both posters. Venus and Mars, $29.99 with both posters. Gatefold pressing, and it has some of the other inserts with it as well. Paul McCartney, Venus and Mars, $29.99. Alan Totten on Monty Python. Alfred Powell needs to put back the Ray Charles he got earlier. George Harrison, 33 1/3. George Harrison's $24.99. Very clean copy of that. Grease is at $35 with Robin Pruitt. Going once, going twice. Wings Greatest Hits. This also has the poster. U.S. press. Very nice copy. Wings Greatest Hits with poster. $29.99. Paul McCartney, Red Rose Speedway. Another really nice copy. $29.99. Red Rose Speedway. George Harrison is $24.99. $24.99 on George Harrison self-titled. So Alverick is going to put back the Ray Charles. If anybody wants it, it's $19.99. The World of Ray Charles. Georgia on My Mind. That was me. That's going to be me most of the week with the Masters going on. Georgia on My Mind. They play that a lot on Masters commercials. And Alverick does want the Jimmy, which was the Jimi Hendrix. Is that right? You want the Jimi Hendrix and you put back Ray. So Alverick, I got you down for Jimmy. Grease is at 37. Roger Ramjet first on the Wings. And then John Shaver has bid 37, now 40 on Grease. And I skipped over something. I skipped over Big Old Brunsey. Lonesome Road Blues, $19.99 for Big Bill Brunsey, $19.99. Lonesome Road Blues. Fourth World #1, Possible Musics. John Hassel and Brian Eno, $49.99. $49.99. Grease 37.40, now 42. Pam Dickens first to Big Bill. Michael Knaff second. James C. Jones third. Big Walter Horton. Big Walter Horton, $19.99. Looks like another Blues Records. Big Walter Horton. Bobby Bland, Blues You Can Use. Bobby Bland, $19.99. Gold stamp promo on the back. And Paul Williams, Life Goes On, $9.99. Paul Williams, Life Goes On. The Eagles Live. This is a U.S. Wow, we got a lot of posters tonight. Another one with the poster. The Eagles Live, U.S. press from 1980. Yeah, 1980. 2LP near mint, $39.99. Big Bill went to Pam. Michael was second. James C. Jones was third. John Schaefer bid 45 on Grease. James C. Jones on Big again, and that was probably for Big Walter. That sold to James C. Jones. Doc Smith first on Bobby Bland. Ryan Anderson was second. James C. Jones was third. Rido was fourth. Jeremy's backing on Grease at 47. Steve was first on the Eagles. James Bragg was second. I'm going to go ahead and make ABBA a buy it now since no one has bid. $35 buy it now if anybody's interested. $35 buy it now. No bid on this. So if an auction doesn't get a bid, it's then a first come, first serve whenever I make it available. And that's a $35 buy it now if anybody wants that. I'll put up another auction in just a second. We're still bidding on Grease at $50. The best of Freddie and the Dreamers. Freddie and the Dreamers is $12.99. Joan Arma Trading, track record. Joan Arma Trading is $9.99. Elton John, Lady Samantha, $24.99. Skyline Pigeon. This is some early and rare B-sides. Like, here's the B-side to Step Into Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Who'd be a turkey at Christmas? That's $24.99. We got Doc Smith first on Joan Arma Trading. Carlene first on Elton John. High bid on Grease is at $50 with John Schaefer III. That's the high bid. Let me put up a new auction. I pulled this one out because it tends to be the more desirable Paul McCartney album. And this is a super nice, is this the UK version? Let me see what he put on this. Yeah, this is a US. Yeah, US press. Nice. with the original inner sleeve and the poster, Band on the Run, $35 start. Paul McCartney has the poster, Band on the Run. This is an original 73 U.S. press, $35 start. Jet, Bluebird, Mrs. Vanderbilt, Let Me Roll It, Helen Wheels, 1985. That's up for bid, $35 start for Band on the Run. U.S. press complete with poster. Grease is at 51. Paul's $35 start. Joe Walsh, you bought it, you name it. Joe Walsh is $19.99. Yes, going for the one. $19.99 on Yes. Very clean copy. That has one of my favorites, wondrous stories on it. The Ramones at your birthday party. $49.99. The Ramones at your birthday party. This looks like an unofficial. 1971 Deutschland, made in Germany. It's probably an unofficial. That is sold to Mike Massey. He was first on that. James Bragg was first to Yes. James Bragg is in on Paul McCartney at 35. Grease is now at 52. Jeremy Dalton, you're out. The Best of Bobby V, $9.99. Elmore James and John Brim. Whose Muddy Shoes, another blues record, $19.99. Elmore James and John's Brim. Muddy Waters, Rolling Stone, $19.99. Muddy Waters, Rolling Stone. Those are both $19.99. Jefferson Airplane Flight Log. This is a Jefferson Airplane hits comp. White Rabbit, You Got Somebody to Love live. $29.99 for Jefferson Airplane Flight Log. First to Elmore was Doc Smith. Ryan Anderson second. James C. Jones third. Doc Smith was first to Muddy. Doc got both of those, Elmore Jones and Muddy Waters. Grease is now at 54. Final call on Band on the Run, $35. That's with James Bragg. Final call on that. Wet Willie, Mannerisms. Wet Willie is $19.99. Chuck Berry, Rocket, with the guitar rocket ship cover. Gold stamp promo, $24.99. Bill Haley and the Comets, Greatest Hits, $14.99. Jerry DeJagger, first on the Jefferson Airplane Flight Log. Marshall Tucker's Greatest Hits, $24.99. $24.99. You can never walk away. Don't ever walk away from Collectco Live because you're going to miss something. Pam Dickens on Bill Haley. That's sold to Pam Dickens. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll, $24.99. $24.99 on Joan Jett Rock and Roll. Alvin Lee, 10 Years Later, Right On. I've never seen this before. Looks like it has a little bit of cover damage down here at the bottom. Oh, definitely noticeable on the back. $14.99, though I've never seen that one. Alvin Lee, 10 Years Later. Roger McGuinn, Thunderbird. Roger McGuinn is $14.99. Gold stamp promo. And Tom Fogerty, I've never seen this one. Excalibur. Looks like he's got a old case pocket knife there stuck in that rock, like King Arthur's sword. $29.99, Tom Fogerty. Ryan Anderson was first to Joan Jett, of course, one of something that desperately needs to be reissued. That's sold to Ryan Anderson. Jeff was second. Susie was third. Fred Carnell fourth. Michael Herrera fifth. Final call on Grease. John Shaver III has that for $54. Final call. Let's go ahead and sell James Bragg, Paul McCartney for $35. James Bragg, that's sold to you. Band on the Run. Let me see if I got any more vintage U.S. stuff I want to auction. Let me flip through our next crate of vintage. If not, we'll go straight into it here pretty quick. It's a really good crate of stuff so far. Nothing I really see that I need to auction. There's a couple nice Led Zeppelin records in here, maybe. Does anybody want me to run a copy of Presence or Led Zeppelin 4? I feel like I've sold everybody and their brother a copy of Led Zeppelin 4 by now. Right, Tanner? Seth, do you have a copy of Led Zeppelin 4?
I think so.
You think so? Oh, no. That's not a good answer. Let me go ahead and grab this crate here. Let me run through these LPs that's on the table one more time. Let me set these over here. Got lots of great new vinyl this week. Lots of great new vinyl. Let's see here. Marshall Tucker was $24.99. And we're going to go ahead and sell Grease. Let me run through these titles one more time before we put up a new crate. John Schaefer gets the Grease for $54. I'll start 2 new auctions in just a second. Next is Eurythmics, $24.99. Let's see here. The Beatles, Yesterday and Today, $34.99. Go through these very quickly. I'll go ahead and tell prices too. Van Morrison, $34.99. Robert Gordon was $19.99. Let's Twist, 16 audiophile recordings, 1999. Greg Kihn Band with the Naked Eye, 1999. Brahm T. Funland, $9.99. The Kinks' Greatest Celluloid Heroes, $24.99. Good Night Tonight, Wings, $19.99. The Straubs Deep Cuts was $14.99. Blood Rock 2, this has their song DOA, Dead or Alive, $19.99. Jerry Reed Live featuring Hot Stuff, $14.99. JoJo Gunn was $19.99. That was self-titled. Venus and Mars is complete with posters and inserts, $29.99. George Harrison, one of his solo albums, 33 1/3, $24.99 for George Harrison. Red Rose Speedway, one of Paul McCartney's solo albums, $29.99. George Harrison self-titled was $24.99. The World of Ray Charles, $19.99. The Fourth World #1, Possible Musics, with John Hassel and Brian Eno, and I believe that was $49.99. I'll double check in 1 second. Not before I put up our next Japanese auctions. I've got a, let me see what I've got back here in the back. Let me go to the front. Looked like we had some interest in the Eagles just a moment ago. And we got Van Halen. And here's another Wings. I think there was 2 people trying to claim the Wings. So let me go ahead and do this here. Jeremy Dalton said take, and that was on Marshall Tucker's Greatest Hits. Let me go ahead and pull that for Jeremy Dalton. The Buckley Craig. Give me 1 second on that. And John Schaefer wants a copy of Cherry Pie added to his invoice. We will do that right now. Paul Williams was $9.99. The Best of Freddie and the Dreamers, $12.99. Joe Walsh was $19.99. You Bought It, You Name It. The Very Best of Bobby V, $9.99. Wet Willie Mannerisms, $19.99. Chuck Berry Rocket promo copy, $24.99. Alvin Lee, $14.99. Roger McGuinn Thunderbird, $14.99. And then Tom Fogerty Excalibur, $29.99. Our next 2 Japanese auctions is Van Halen. Van Halen is, I might need to check this one. Let's see what we got going on here. Is this, you didn't sticker this one, Seth. Was there something? It looks fine to me. 1984. Maybe this one you overlooked, or... Okay. Let's see what I can find here. Okay, I'll go ahead. While we're examining that one, let me show you Wings' Greatest Hits. This one's ready to go. EX on the vinyl. We'll start this at $40. Has this one stray mark right here. Other than that, beautiful copy. This is a Japanese press. It has the insert there. It has a poster with it, and it has the original inner sleeve. So just like the US complete with poster, this has a Japanese insert. Really nice cover with Obi, and that's a $40 start on Wings' Greatest Hits. $40 start on Wings' Greatest Hits. And then I'll figure out what's going on with Van Halen in just a second. It's going to be a $55 start whenever we do put it up. So we'll figure out what's going on with that one. Give me a second. We got to put it underneath the microscope for a second. Alvin Lee is $14.99. Alvin Lee is $14.99. Oh, he didn't ask the price. He said he wants right on. And Michael, just so you know, it does have some cover damage. $14.99 on that. Okay, Wings' Greatest Hits is a $40 start. Let me figure out. I've already put up a new crate. Nope, that was the same crate. So let me put up a new crate of records. I do have a crate of new vinyl to run through right quick. There's a new crate right over somewhere. Is that it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Wet Willie was near mint. EX Plus near mint, and it was $19.99. Okay, in here we have Michael Jackson Bad, $28.99. Michael Jackson Bad, $28.99. XTC The Big Express, XTC. This is 200 gram, $33.99 for XTC. Audio Slave self-titled. Audio Slave is $39.99. Adele 19, $29.99 for Adele 19. Jolene, Dolly Parton, $28.99 for Jolene, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton's Greatest Hits, or the very best of Dolly Parton, $36.99. Surprised this came back in stock, but this is a great compilation. 9 to 5, I Will Always Love You, Islands in the Stream, Jolene. Coat of Many Colors, Tennessee Mountain Home, that's $36.99. Ozzy, Memoirs of a Madman. This is an Ozzy Osbourne Greatest Hits. Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, Flying High Again, Over the Mountain, No More Tears. Mom, I'm Coming Home. He even has a copy or a cut of Paranoid Live on here. $44.99. Susie Wants the Very Best of Dolly. That's sold to Susie. Pearl Jam Live Unofficial, live at Fox Theater. That's on colored vinyl. $24.99 for Pearl Jam live at Fox Theater. Carole King in concert live at the BBC. Carole King is $28.99. 2 copies of Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Guns N' Roses is $36.99. Appetite for Destruction. Prince, The Gold Experience. We actually had this pop up in a collection a couple weeks ago, and I can surprisingly still get these. It's Prince, The Gold Experience on gold vinyl, $36.99. Record Store Day, Prince, $36.99. Give me 1 second to take a drink of water. Not before I pull Tom Sullivan, a Dolly Parton, The Very Best of Dolly Parton. Pull that for Tom Sullivan. Yeah, I showed this Prince record. That night. It was a used copy. And I could swore like a dozen people wanted it. I think I counted off 11 or 12 names. I've got these. If anybody wants one, I've got one available, but I can get more. That one goes to Rydell Martin. We'll put Tammy Hinkle on a waiting list. That's the same record. The Beatles, Please Please Me. The Beatles is $36.99. 10 Years, The Autumn Effect. That's a music on vinyl pressing, $38.99. We have the Ace Frehley picture disc. Ace Frehley is $38.99. Bob Marley, Confrontation, $36.99 for Bob Marley. And Tool, live at the Starplex Amphitheater, Dallas, Texas, 1993, unofficial, $36.99. Ozzy, Patient Number 9, $48.99. That's the new Todd McFarlane alternate cover. And Bob Marley, Survival. And both of the Bob Marleys in here are the Jamaican pressings. Got this silver foil stamp on the back. Those are pressed in Jamaica. All right, if anybody wants Wings, it's a EX Japanese press, complete with poster, insert, and inner sleeve. That's a $40 buy it now on Wings. The only other thing that is still left is ABBA. I'll put up 2 new ones in just a second. Austin Cauldron on Ozzy. That's sold to Austin. Excuse me. I've got 2 more Kiss picture discs. We got Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, $38 and $38.99. And I think I can get Peter. I just don't know why I don't have it in stock with the rest. But if you want to go ahead and buy 3, I will try to get you the other 1. There's Ace Frehley, Paul Stanley, and Gene Simmons, the Kiss solo albums picture disc, $38.99. Trevin is going to take the Wings for a $40 buy it now. Trevin Price, that's sold to you. Thank you. And let me grab a couple new auctions. Excuse me. $40 on Wings. The bubbly Sprite is making me, well, you know what happens. It's like your stomach starts like bubbling. Okay, let's do the Billy Joel Greatest Hits. Of course, we got to put that up, and we'll do. I did say I'd run this copy of Presents, Led Zeppelin Presents. I think it's really nice. That's because it's a 2015 pressing, which that's not available. We can't get those right now, so let me put it up for auction. Let's do Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, Volume 1 first. Chris, the Deep Purple is 24 karat purple, which I think you already have a copy, but I will put it up if you want me to. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits is a $75 start. 2 LP, near mint and pristine. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits. There's LP number 1, LP number 2. This has a Billy Joel, an illustrated biography solicitation form with, it looks like some other Billy Joel stuff you could order. The very nice lyric booklet, all the lyrics in US or in English and Japanese, and the very nice gatefold cover with Obi. Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, $75 start. 2 LP, complete Japanese pressing. Let's start Led Zeppelin for $25. It's a 2015 Jimmy Page remaster, which hopefully they repress this one next. But right now, one of the few Led Zeppelin albums that for some reason are like out of production or just hadn't been available. But it's near mint and pristine, official Led Zeppelin press, embossed, has the foil stamp. $25 start on that. Andrew is in. Okay, Poison, Open Up and Say Ah, $33.99. George Harrison, Cloud 9. George Harrison Cloud 9 is $36.99. Beck Morning Phase, no, excuse me, that is Sea Change. Beck Sea Change is $44.99. Beck Guralito is $44.99. Slipknot Subliminal Verses Volume 3 Purple Vinyl Slipknot is $36.99. And the only copy I have right now of Anthrax Fistful of Metal, Armed and Dangerous. This is a 4 10-inch set on colored vinyl. Anthrax is $33.99. No bids yet on Billy Joel. Looking for a $75 start. And Andrews at $25 on Presents. Edward, you're first on Beck. Excuse me. What did I just say? I'm thinking about Ed that works here. I said, Edward, you're first on Beck. Edward Star Wars is first on Beck. Let me know if you want Guralito or Sea Change. We also have an Ed Beck that works here. That's why my brain naturally said that. Final call on Presents for $25. One more run through this bin. Michael Jackson Bad, XTC Big Express, Audio Slave Self-Titled, Adele 19, Dolly Parton, Jolene, Dolly Parton, The Very Best Of, Ozzy, Essentially the Very Best of Ozzy, Memoirs of a Madman, $44.99, Pearl Jam Live, Carole King Live, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, The Beatles, Please Please Me, 10 Years, The Autumn Effect, Bob Marley, $36.99 for Confrontation, Tool Live, Unofficial, Bob Marley Survival, Ace Frehley, Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Poison, Open Up and Say Ah, George Harrison Cloud 9, Beck Sea Change, Beck Guralito, and Slipknot. Edward wants Beck Sea Change. That's sold to Beck. Looking for a $75 start on Billy Joe. Matthew wants GNR and Poison. There is Poison, and there's a GNR for Matthew. Michael Nath is at $30 on Led Zeppelin. Helmet, any more copies? I've never shown that, except in the flip video. And I hadn't pulled all those yet, so I don't know if I have any left or not. Price on DP. So Anthrax, Slipknot, Beck, George Harrison. There's not a Deep Purple in here. Carole King, Dolly Parton probably. Dolly Parton is $36.99. The Very Best of Dolly Parton, 2LP. Andrews back in at $31. Do you still have more Jerry Garcia reissues of Reflections? Actually, I think we do. Is that the one? There's also 2 new Jerry Garcia albums coming out this week, and we have them in the 8 crates over here of new vinyl yet that we have not processed. But I actually do think I have that. Let me see. Green Day. I don't have Reflections. Here's the only Jerry Garcia I have. I have Garcia. It's $46.99. Garcia 50th Anniversary Limited Edition 10,000 Gold Vinyl. $46.99. I think that's the only Jerry Garcia new LP I have. Let me grab our next crate of new vintage stuff, which is right here. Let me grab this one. And then that leaves 2 more to go through. And some of this is some stuff that we just bought today. And John said it is. I'm looking through them right now. It's a pretty good batch of stuff coming up after this good batch of stuff. So we had Led Zeppelin 30. James, I only had 1 copy. I only had 1 or 2 copies of Helmet. But there was more of those available. So I know there's more than 1 or 2 people who commented. I have not replied to any of those comments because I posted that while I was out of town. We did pull it all, but I haven't yet to tag it yet. So just stand by. You'll know by the end of the week if I have one of those. Tom Sullivan said he asked for Dolly Parton Best. I think, did we pull Tom Sullivan a Dolly Parton? I think I pulled Susie one. Did I pull Tom Sullivan one, a Dolly Parton Greatest Hits? Tom, I've already pulled you one. All right, so got that one. Wait for the new ones. Gotcha. Those should be available by tomorrow. Okay, Presents is now at 33 with Michael Nath. This is a 2015 remaster. 2015 remaster. Okay, Billy Joel is a buy it now for $75 if anybody wants it. $75 buy it now. We are referring to Helmet Meantime. Martin Pryor the other day asked for me to order it, and it was actually available. Helmet Meantime. And then I posted in a flip video, and I think I've sold 4 or 5 more. If anybody wants a copy of Helmet Meantime, let me know. I actually can go grab it because I need to know how many I need to order. some of these, that flip video I posted in the group the other day, that's where a lot of people's asking about some of these records that we've already shown. They've already been pulled. Actually, let me see. Do I even have one to show? Yeah, here we go. Helmet. I think it's called Meantime. Yeah, Meantime. They're $29.99. If anybody wants one, let me know right now and I'll get some more in. Helmet Meantime, $29.99. That was surprisingly out of stock, but the ones in the flip video have already been spoken for, and I'm going to have a waiting list just from that. So, okay, Andrew's at 35 on Led Zeppelin. Michael's out. Roger Ramjet's going to get the Billy Joe Tanner for $75. Brandon Jackson wants a Meantime, and we'll put you down for one. Thank you. Final call on Led Zeppelin, then I'll put up new auctions. New bin of vintage arrivals. New bin of vintage arrivals. Jesus Christ Superstar, $19.99 with the booklet. Jesus Christ Superstar. This looks interesting. Tom Fogerty. It does have some cover damage. It's got wet or stained or something. Myopia. Very interesting cover. Tom Fogerty, $29.99. Split Ends, Mental Notes. Split Ends is a gold stamp promo, $19.99. Floyd, that Anthrax is available if you want it. Michael Nesmith, another one. From a radio engine to the photon wing. Michael Nesmith, $19.99. Walt Cruise on Jesus Christ Superstar. And Led Zeppelin is sold to Michael Nath for $35. Walt Cruise got Jesus Christ Superstar. Andrew got Led Zeppelin for $35. Slade Alive. It has DJ copy kind of embossed or imprinted in the cover there. $19.99 for Slade Alive. The Trio. Jerry Lee Lewis, Charlie Rich, Carl Perkins, and Friends. $24.99. The Trio on Sun gold vinyl. Brandon Jackson first on Slade. Floyd says he'll take the Anthrax. That was from the last crate. Let's sell one of those to Floyd. This Anthrax is new and sealed. That is called Fistful of Metal, Armed and Dangerous. $33.99. That's sold to Floyd. I can get more of those if anybody else wants one. If you do, just let me know. Seth said okay. He must want one. Tanner put Seth down for an Anthrax, Fistful of Metal, Armed and Dangerous. We'll get him one of those. And actually, go ahead and put them down for 100. 100 of them. Eagles, one of these nights. Pristine Japanese pressing. Eagles, one of these nights. Lion Eyes is also on here. And Take It to the Limit. $35 start. This is near mint and pristine. What do we have here? We have a Best Prize of Youth. Are they stickers? Wow, look at these stickers. It comes with a sheet of Warner Brothers stickers. You get a David Crosby and Graham Nash sticker. Another David Crosby, a Manicore, a PFM, a Deep Purple. Wow, those are pretty cool. Comes with a sticker sheet. No Eagle stickers, though. $35 start. That should just be for the sticker sheet. $35 start on that. The Eagles is up for bid. Eagles is up for bid. Seth, working for Store Credit next summer. He's always working for Store Credit. Okay, we'll just do the Eagles right now so I can keep going with the crate. We have the Dickies. The Dickies 10-inch maxi single. 1978 white vinyl. $24.99. Looks like it has a little bit of... No, it's not cover damage. It looks like it is, but I don't think it is. Maybe so. Maybe a light stain right there. That's on white vinyl. $24.99. We have Tales from Topographic Oceans. Yes. $34.99. Tales from Topographic Oceans. Yes. $34.99. Culture Club, Church of the Poisoned Mind. 1983 UK. $19.99. Scott wants Tales. Let's go to Scott Jokumstaller. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves is $34.99. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, $34.99. Susad and the Next, $9.99. John Cale, Church of Anthrax. This is $44.99. John Cale and Terry Riley, Church of Anthrax, $44.99. John Cale. Eddie Bruce is in at $35 on the Eagles. That's going once, going twice to Eddie Bruce. Tim Curry is next. Simplicity. Tim Curry is sealed from 1981, $19.99. Sylvia, Drifter. Sylvia is $9.99. T.G. Shepherd featuring his hit singles, Devil in the Bottle, Trying to Beat the Morning Home, $14.99. Conway Twitty, all number one hits, his own and number one hits of other stars, $9.99. Conway Twitty. Elvis, Moody Blue on the blue vinyl, $34.99. Eddie Bruce gets the Eagles. Eddie, that's sold you for $35. Culture Club is a single, yes. I actually think it has a couple other tracks. Has it got more than one? Let's see what's going on here. Let me check the label. Mystery Boy, Manshake, Church of the Poison Mind. 3 tracks. 3 tracks. Walt Cruz on CT. And, Walter Savage. Where did I come up with Walt Cruz at? Susad was $9.99. I think he wants Conway Twitty. Yes. Hear the Beatles Tell All, $19.99. Hear the Beatles Tell All, $19.99. Shelley West, Don't Make Me Wait on the Moon. That's also a sealed copy, $19.99. Shelley West. Led Zeppelin 4 is a 2014 180 gram. This is $24.99. Led Zeppelin 4, $24.99. Mike Massey wants Susad. That is sold to Mike Massey. The Best of Jimmy Reed from 1973, $29.99. The Best of Jimmy Reed. Let me grab 2 new auctions. I got a couple other 7-inch Japanese singles that I've never seen before. I've got Foreigner and the Eagles. These are pretty cool. Foreigner, I Need You, and of course their hit single, Cold as Ice. Foreigner, Japanese 7-inch single, $20 start on Foreigner. This is a pristine, near mint Japanese 7-inch single, Cold as Ice. There's the wax, and there's the Japanese insert. $20 start on Foreigner. And we have the Eagles from their album Eagles Live, Hotel California and Life in the Fast Lane. That's a $20 start. Hotel California and Life in the Fast Lane. Mike got Susad. Jackie got Led Zeppelin. Tanner, that was $24.99. And Michael Nath gets Jimmy Reed. Mike Math. That's a new name. I guess I need some Sprite to help calm down my speech. Frankenstein looks very disappointed at me right now. $24.99 on Led Zeppelin. Yep. There's Frankenstein. He's not for sale. Life-size Frankenstein as soon as you walk in the door here to greet you. Most people don't notice him, though. He's kind of hidden. Okay. We've got Eddie Bruce is at 20 on the Eagles, going once, going twice. Everything's for sale. That's true. I will sell them for the right price. Alice Cooper, From the Inside. Finally, a nice-looking copy. Alice Cooper, $29.99, From the Inside. The Dave Brubeck Quartet, Concord on a Summer Night. Dave Brubeck, $19.99. Carole King, Welcome Home, $14.99 for Carole King. Willie Nelson, The Sound in Your Mind, $14.99 for Willie Nelson. Stephen Stills, $19.99 for Stephen Stills. Rough Mix, Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane, $19.99. Poco Cantamos, $9.99. Now that's one I don't see as often. Now if y'all didn't know this, Poco has over 300 albums. This is one of them, Canthamos, Poco, $9.99. James Bragg, first on Alice Cooper. That's sold to James Bragg. Debbie Blair, first on Poco. Buzz Lightyear is for sale. I got several original Buzz Lightyears and a Buzz Lightyear telephone. Santana Caravansari. Santana is $19.99. $19.99. It's a Beautiful Day. $9.99 on It's a Beautiful Day. It's a Beautiful Day, $9.99. How about the box tops? $24.99. This has the letter on it. Original bell pressing. Very nice copy. $24.99. Michael Weil on BD, which was Beautiful Day. That's sold to Michael Weil. Gerard Cacciatore was second. Let's go ahead and sell Eddie Bruce the Eagles for $20. If anybody wants Foreigner, it's a $20 buy it now. Cold as ice. Very cool. Japanese single, pristine, with a shot of them performing that possibly live. You never know. They might actually be doing the song live. The cut isn't live. It's from the album, the studio cut, but picture of the band performing live there. All right, let me see what I've got next in our Japanese bin. I do have a George Harrison Japanese pressing, and let's go ahead and run Duran Duran. George Harrison is near mint and pristine. I don't know if I've had this before as a Japanese press. Somewhere in England. This is a $35 start for George Harrison. There's the near mint LP. There is the inner sleeve, and there is the Japanese insert. Cover is very nice as well with Obi. $35 start on George Harrison. And Duran Duran 7 and the Ragged Tiger. We've marked this one EX, meaning not the normal, what I call Japanese pristine, but it's not bad. I see one little mark here. That's probably what's making it EX. $25 start. I repeat, $25 start on that. That's the 2-page flip. There's the cover and Obi. $25 start on Duran Duran. Elvis Costello, I'm Your Toy. And this is a 1982 UK pressing, $19.99. Elvis Costello. Stiffs Live on Stiff Records, $19.99. Every Day I Write the Book, Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. Couple like EPs there. Ramatam is $19.99. Ramatam is $19.99. Santana Welcome, $19.99 for Santana Welcome. Visage, I think that's how you say that. The Anvil, $24.99. The Visage, the Anvil. A U.S. press of George Harrison somewhere in England. That is $24.99. We got a Japanese up for bid. Mike Massey first on Visage. That's sold to Mike Massey. Herman Brood and his Wild Romance, $9.99. Elvis Costello book to Fred Carnell. Every Day I Write the Book. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Joe Zanelli, you were second on Visage. The Kinks, State of Confusion, $19.99 for the Kinks. The Eagles, Hotel California. Looks like a nice U.S. press here. $34.99. The Eagles, Hotel California. Frank Sinatra Sings of Love and Things. Frank Sinatra, $14.99. American Boy and Girl, Garland Jeffries, $9.99. Okay, if anybody wants George Harrison, it's a $35 buy it now. And if anybody wants Duran Duran, it's a $25 buy it now. Buy it nows on both of those. George Harrison was near mint and pristine, and the Duran Duran was EX on the vinyl. Sell that to Arthur. He's going to get that for $25. George is $35 if anybody is interested. That's going over here with the other auctions. ABBA was a $35 buy it now. And Foreigner was a $20 buy it now. Those are all still available. ABBA and Foreigner. And let's see here. Jared the Jagger on the Eagles, Hotel California. That's sold to Jared. Price on Jeffries. That is $9.99. Jared got the Eagles. And we're going to sell Gerard George Harrison for $30. Gerard Cacciatore. Sell him the Japanese pressing of George Harrison for $30. Next is Louis Jordan, I Believe in Music. That is $19.99. Louis Jordan. Very nice looking copy of the Moody Blues in Search of Lost Chord. Looks exceptionally nice. $19.99. The Box Tops, Nonstop. $19.99. ZZ Top, Tejas. Does have some cover damage here on the back, $29.99. This is John Fogerty, Eye of the Zombie, John Fogerty, $19.99. We've had some Tom Fogerty, John Fogerty. And the last record in here was John Lennon, Double Fantasy, $19.99. Just like starting over, watching the wheels. Beautiful boy. Michael Nath on the Louis Jordan. We have Jared DeJagger on the Moody Blues. Those are all sold. I'm going to just read through those titles one more time. If you want any prices, let me know. I've got a couple more auctions to put up. Let's do the Deep Purple Hits and the Duran Duran Live Arena. Let's do these for $35 starts. Deep Purple 24 karat. This is a Deep Purple Hits comp. These are always really nice. They're really good quality too, especially when the vinyl is as nice as this. Near mint and pristine. $35 start on Deep Purple. There's the lyric insert. It has a little bit of the foxing on that, and the cover is really nice, and so is the Obi. $35 start. So really about the only flaw with that is the insert. And Duran Duran Arena is a $35 start. And this was a super duper popular live Duran Duran because they are doing some hits on here. There's the pristine Japanese LP. This has the lyric insert. This has the Duran Duran video solicitation form. And this kind of booklet slash poster of Duran Duran. So that's a $35 start for Deep Purple and Duran Duran. So DP for Deep Purple, DD for Duran Duran. Very nice copy. Those are available. As box tops, a 67 press. I think both of the box tops in here are really nice originals. Let me take a look at Nonstop. Good first start with the cover. Blue Bell label. Yeah, that's probably a 67. It has to be, or close to it. That is $19.99. Yeah, $19.99. All right, let's run through the titles one more time. If you need a price, just let me know. There is the box tops, Tom Fogerty, Split Ends, Michael Nesbitt, the Trio, the Dickies, Neil Young, John Cale, Tim Curry, Sylvia, T.G. Shepherd, Elvis Moody Blue, Culture Club, Hear the Beatles Tell All, Shelley West, Dave Brubeck Quartet. Floyd asked about this. Dave Brubeck is $19.99. Carole King, Welcome Home. We have Willie Nelson, The Sound in Your Mind. Stephen Stills, Pete Townsend, Ronnie Lane, Rough Mix. Santana, Caravanserai. Box tops, The Letter. This is also a really nice blue Bell label. Yes, that's also original. Nigel wants both box tops. Brent has dibs on those at the moment. So if Brent wants those, they're his. If not, Nigel, they'll be yours. Did those Riot records come in? Can you refresh my memory on the Riot records? Can you refresh my memory on that? Trying to figure out what that is, Jared. Brubeck Info. It was $19.99. Concord on a Summer Night. It's on the Concord Jazz label. Dave Brubeck. Concord on a Summer Night, $19.99. Okay, so Brent does want both box tops. There's one, there's two. Those are Brent Rabley's. Michael Weil on DB, and that was for, we're getting close. That was for something. Let me figure out what that is, Michael. That might be for Dave Brubeck. Floyd asked about this just a moment ago, and I didn't get back around to him. So if Floyd does want that, it's his. If not, sell it to Michael Weil. Which Split Ends? Russell S. The Split Ends is called Mental Notes. It's a gatefold green chrysalis label, which it has to be probably OG 1976. Near mint, gold stamp promo. That's $19.99. Elvis Costello, I'm Your Toy, $19.99. Stiffs Live, Ramatam, Santana, George Harrison, Herman Brood, The Kinks, Sinatra, American Boy and Girl, ZZ Top, John Fogerty, and John Lennon. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Fire Down Under. Those come from a distributor that I have to give a green light to ship them. And where I've been out of town, I hadn't even looked at emails to see if those are in. I'm assuming if they were due out this week and it come from, I know that I'm getting them from them. If they come out this week, then we should have them by Friday. I'll give him a green light to ship tomorrow. So yes, if they're due out this week, then they're yours, or they'll be in. Russell S. says he'll take the split ends. Russell, is that your first purchase with us? I don't recall saying Russell S. too many times. If it is, thank you and welcome. If you have a Facebook, you can go message us on Facebook, Russell, with your information, your email address, and your mailing address. That will be very helpful. We invoice every Sunday, Monday, around that time. $7 unlimited shipping. This is sold to you. We're going to share a link to our website just in case you don't have a Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, then you can go through a checkout link on our website, or not a checkout link. It's a form where you can submit us your information if you don't have a Facebook. But if you do, you can go find us on Facebook. That will speed up a lot of stuff. Or you can actually click on that link right there. It's called shopcollectco.com. And that should be that should take you there to it. Okay, and then Stereo wanted the price on the Stiffs. The Stiffs Live Stereo, that was $19.99. That is still available if anybody wants it. Let me grab a new crate of, let's see, I think I've got one more bin of our newest new vinyl to run through. I think I've got one more bin. Seth, any idea where that might be? Seth said he has no idea. Okay. Did I already bring it over here? We might have already went through all the new vinyl one time. I think we've already done a sweep of it one time. That's okay. We'll just continue with new vintage stuff, which is okay with me. And then if I find it, I'll do it in just a second. Let's see what we got here. Let me go through this bin here. Looks like we got another killer bin of new vintage stuff coming up, which I'm going to show right now. Let me make sure. Yeah, good stuff in here. Floyd says, give the Brubeck to Michael. Michael Weil, you've got that. Can we go through the Buckley and Zombie crates? Yes, give me a second. I'll do that next. The Double Fantasy was $19.99. We'll go ahead and make these buy it nows. Deep Purple, 24 karat purple. That's a Deep Purple Hits comp. Smoke on the Water, Child in Time, Woman from Tokyo. $35 buy it now, and same thing for Duran Duran. $35 buy it nows on either one of these. $35 buy it now and $35 buy it now. These are both available for purchase right now. Duran Duran Arena and Deep Purple, 24 karat purple. $35 buy it nows on those. All right, we'll go ahead and go through this next crate of vintage before I drop any more records. Let's see what we have in here. Ray Thomas, Hopes, Wishes, and Dreams. Ray Thomas, $14.99. Hopes, Wishes, and Dreams. A Portrait of Ray Charles, $19.99. Always Patsy Cline, $24.99. Past Performances. That's what this gold stamp says. Past Performances, MCA 27069. Lee Michaels, $14.99 for Lee Michaels on A&M Records. That's a self-titled record. Lee Michaels. Elton John, Jump Up. Elton John, $19.99. Ricky Lee Jones, the magazine. Ricky Lee Jones, $14.99. Bram Chiskowski, Bram T. Pressure, that is $9.99. Silver Beatles, that is sealed. That's a Beatles compilation, early stuff, mostly a lot of the Decca stuff. $29.99. That is sealed, has not been opened. The Amazing Leslie Gore, I'll Cry If I Want To, in shrink wrap, $19.99. Leslie Gore, I'll Cry If I Want To. That's a Black Label Mercury reissue. Phil Collins, Face Value, very popular Phil Collins studio album with In the Air Tonight, $19.99 on Phil Collins. Tupac is $19.99. I think this is called Rage. It is Tupac Rage. That's a full album from 1988. $19.99. Michael Jackson Bad. Original Michael Jackson Bad, $34.99 near mint with inner sleeve. Jared to Jagger, first on Phil Collins. That's sold to Jared. T'Pau. Thank you, Craig. T'Pau. Prince and the Revolution. Kiss. That is $24.99. Human League. Human. $14.99 for Human League. Dan Fogelberg. The Innocent Age. $14.99 on Dan Fogelberg. Dennis DeYoung. Desert Moon. $19.99. Creedence Clearwater. Live at the Royal Albert Hall concert. $29.99. Phil Collins went to Jared the Jagger. James Bragg second. Ron third. Robin was fourth. Brad's Brain wants the Elton John. Let me go ahead and pull that for you. Double Fantasy. That's probably by far the best-selling John Lennon album. Brad's Brain, that's so do you. Brad, I'm pretty sure you've bought from us, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Tanner says he has. John Lennon, Rock and Roll. This is $29.99. That's the Apple version of that. $29.99. Warrior, Scandal featuring Patti Smythe. $19.99 on Warrior. Harry Belafonte, Calypso. $9.99. RCA repress of that. Harry Belafonte. Near mint, though. The Beatles Revolver. This is in shrink wrap. It's on Apple. Nice copy, though, in shrink wrap. Apple repress of Revolver. $34.99. What else is on the Prince Kiss single? I think it's Kiss and Heart and Money. Kiss extended version. And like a heart or dollar sign, which I think is heart or money, or maybe love and money. That makes more sense, love and money. The Michael Jackson Bad was $34.99, and it was a nice copy. Gatefold has an original inner sleeve with it. Smooth Criminal. Very nice copy. Very nice copy, Steve. Alan says he'll take the Prince single. That's sold to Allen, Heaven Loan. That's sold to Alan. Culture Club, Color by Numbers, U.S. Press, $24.99. Pete Townsend, White City, a novel and shrink wrap with hype sticker, $14.99 on Pete Townsend. ELO, Time, Electric Light Orchestra, Time, $19.99. Alan Parsons Project, iRobot, nice gatefold copy of the Alan Parsons Project, $19.99. The Beatles Rarities, $29.99. Alternate rare versions of Beatles songs, $29.99. Michael Weil wants the John Lennon Rock and Roll. Sold a couple of those the other night. There's one going to Michael. The Byrds, Gene Clark, Chris Hillman, David Crosby, etc. Roger McGuinn, Michael Clark. $19.99. Reckless Eric, Big Smash. $24.99 for Reckless Eric, Big Smash. Al Stewart, 24 carats, $14.99. This is DeBarge, right? Gemini, El DeBarge. That is $14.99. Jeff McMaster on Reckless Eric, WE. Edward Star Wars wants Bad. Let's make sure Steve Botsford doesn't want that first. Steve Botsford asked about it. If he passes, then Edward, that's so do you. Colin Butler, you were second to Reckless Eric. You had been second to that. So that's going to be sold to somebody. Grover Washington Jr., Time Out of Mind. $14.99 in shrink wrap. Asia, self-titled. $19.99 on Asia, and Paul Anka's 21 Golden Hits. Paul Anka, $9.99. Johnny Paycheck, I don't need to know that right now. That is sealed from 1983, $24.99. The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, $24.99. Gatefold pressing, red Polydor label, $24.99. Is the DeBarge a single? Rodell asked that. The DeBarge is a full album. $14.99 in shrink wrap. Alan Heaven Loan wants GW. That was Grover Washington. That's sold to Alan. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars. Gold stamp promo on the back. $24.99. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars. Very nice looking copy. Promo stamp too. The Buddy Holly Story, $19.99. Steve is going to take the Michael Jackson Bad. So Edward, you're second on Michael Jackson. That goes to Steve Botsford. Austin Cauldron wants the Beatles Rarities. Been selling a lot of those lately. That's sold to Austin Cauldron. Cab Calloway, Jazz Heritage Series. Cab Calloway, Mr. Heidi Ho, 1930 to 1931. $14.99 on Cab Calloway. Naked Eyes, self-titled. This is $19.99. This has their hit song, Always Something There to Remind Me. Rodell Martin says he'll take the DeBarge. That's sold to Retro Class Entertainment. The Best of the Youngbloods, featuring their hit song, Get Together. Wow. Forrest Gump. Come on, everybody. Smile on your brother. It's one of the greatest songs of the 60s. The Youngbloods. Sorry, I'm taking a drink of my Sprite. It's almost gone, then y'all won't have to hear me anymore. Brian Ligon, first on Asia. Heat of the Moment, sold to Brian Ligon. Michael Nath on the Cab Calloway. Fred Carnell on the Naked Eyes. Now somebody just needs to buy the Young Bloods to complete the series there. Men at Work, business as usual. $24.99 for Men at Work, business as usual. Nice U.S. press of that. The Graham Edge Band. Graham Edge was in a band called the Moody Blues, $14.99. Rydell, the Young Bloods, was $19.99. It's actually the best of the Young Bloods. Orange RCA label, of course, has their hit song, Get Together. Let me put up some new Japanese auctions. I've got some new stuff here I can run through. Hadn't had anything up in a few moments. I was letting it all simmer down. Let's do Footloose, Cut Loose, and Billy Joel. Let's do Billy Joel and Innocent Man. Billy Joel and Innocent Man. So Footloose is a $35 start. Footloose is a $35 start. This is a near mint and pristine original motion picture soundtrack to the smash film Footloose. There's the Japanese insert. There's the other Japanese insert. Very nice cover. Top copy, $35 start on that. And same for Billy Joel and Innocent Man. $35 start on this as well. It includes an LP, which is a vinyl record. It has this Japanese insert. It has a booklet with it. And it has a Billy Joel calendar. Billy Joel calendar. This is complete with the calendar from 80. Let's see here. What year this? 83. Yeah, 83. In shrink wrap with Obi. That's a $35 start. Sherry Darnell wanted the Young Bloods, but Rydell asked about it, and he's going to take it. So Rydell Martin, Retro Class Entertainment, gets the Young Bloods. And then Joe Ives is going to go ahead and claim that copy of Revolver. I was waiting for somebody to grab that. And the copy of Rubber Soul we had earlier, and some of those other really nice Beatles albums. That sold to Joe Ives, Revolver. Unbelievable. Genesis ABBA Cab. Genesis is $19.99. ABBA Cab. Genesis, $19.99. That has the original inner sleeve with it. Genesis Phil Collins. We Are the World, $24.99. We Are the World, $24.99. Is this the one with Bob Dylan in it? The video of him and... Yeah, I think Bob Dylan was a little... See that? There's a video of him too. He was pretty confused that day. I'm not for sure if he knew why he was there or not. We Are the World, $24.99. Elton John, Too Low for Zero, $19.99. Elton John, Too Low for Zero, $19.99. Against All Odds, Phil Collins. Music from the original motion picture soundtrack. That's also $19.99. And Bob and Doug McKenzie. This is basically a Rush record. Bob and Doug McKenzie, $19.99. Just joking about the Rush part, but this does have the song Take Off, which features Geddy Lee on vocals. Bob and Doug McKenzie, $19.99. Phil Collins, Hello, I Must Be Going. I Don't Care Anymore. I Cannot Believe It's True. You Can't Hurry Love, him covering the Dinah Ross and Supreme song. That is $19.99. Stacy Q, Two of Hearts, $9.99. Two of Hearts with 4 different mixes, $9.99. And Steve Perry from Journey, Steve Perry Street Talk, $19.99. Steve Perry, $19.99. All right, Brian Ligon is first on the Bob and Doug McKenzie. Brian gets the Rush record. Robin Pruitt, first on Phil Collins. Susie wants a copy of Jolene. That's from the new vinyl bins. That's pretty accessible. I have it right here. Susie wants Jolene. Also has I Will Always Love You on it. That's sold to Susie. Jody, you were second to Bob and Doug McKenzie. Brian C. on Steve Perry. Brian C. on Steve Perry. I think the Human League was a 12-inch single, Craig. Human League was a 12-inch single. It has Human a cappella, and Human instrumental. $14.99. Any production notes on the Stacy Q? This is Stacy Q, Two of Hearts, European, Two of Hearts instrumental, Two of Hearts vocal and radio edit, and Stacy's Dream a cappella. Jeremy did bid $35 on Footloose. I don't know what I'm almost just said, but Did I see another bid on that, or did you bid earlier, Jeremy? You just bid earlier. Okay, so he bid again. Let's go ahead and sell that to Jeremy for $35. Jeremy gets Footloose for $35. If anybody wants Billy Joel and Innocent Man, that's got the calendar, the inserts, the booklet in shrink wrap. $35 buy it now on Billy Joel and Innocent Man, Japanese press. You can buy that now if you want it. You can buy that now if you want it. $35 buy it now. All right. Let's see here. Okay. We have Genesis Invisible Touch, $19.99. Genesis Invisible Touch. Somebody needs to grab that. Kraftwerk Tour de France. Kraftwerk. Very nice. And this is a 12-inch single, $24.99. And Queen, the Miracle. We just got this in today. This is something we never get. The Miracle, $64.99. Queen has the original inner sleeve with it. This is a 1989. That's one reason. It came out in 89. That is $64.99. Craig says he won the Human League. Then he said, never mind. Michael Nath gets the Billy Joel. Michael Nath to Billy Joel. Or Billy Joel to Michael Nath. That's a $35 buy now. Russell S. first on the Kraftwerk. And Doc, Ray Charles, Barry, Steve Perry. Steve Perry's already sold, and I think the Ray Charles did too. Queen is sold to Austin Cauldron. We'll check on that. No, Ray Charles still may be in there, but we've already sold the Steve Perry. All right, let me run through these one more time. And by the way, as far as making offers, the last thing I plan to do tonight is go back through everything one more time, mostly the vintage, and we'll make sure nobody wants anything at a best offer price. So, you okay, Seth? Seth says he's okay. That's surprising. Let's go through a couple more new Japanese records. Let's do Journey Escape, and let's do this Rick Springfield, which is something I don't have as often, maybe. $35 on Billy Joe. Journey Escape. Very nice. Embossed Japanese cover. $35 start. Near mint and pristine on the vinyl. Here is the inner sleeve, which always has some kind of foxing on it. Some kind of spots on it. Other than that, really nice copy. We call this a top loader on the Obi. Just kind of slides on like that. $35 start on Journey. Let me lay that back there. And Rick Springfield, Living in Oz. This is going to be a $25 start. Rick Springfield, Living in Oz. Near mint Japanese press. LP insert, cover, and Obi. $25 start on Rick Springfield. Jared the Jagger on Genesis. Jared, I'm assuming you wanted Invisible Touch. All right, I'm going to read through these titles. If you want any prices, let me know. We have Ray Thomas, A Portrait of Ray, Ray Charles, Patsy Cline, Always, Lee Michaels, Elton John, Jump Up, Ricky Lee Jones, The Magazine, Bram Cheskowski, Pressure, Silver Beatles was Sealed, Leslie Gore, I'll Cry If I Want To Pow is still available. Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age, Dennis DeYoung, Desert Moon, Creedence live at Royal Albert Hall, Patti Smythe, The Scandal, Harry Belafonte, Calypso, $9.99, Culture Club, Color by Numbers, Pete Townsend, White City, ELO Time, Alan Parsons, iRobot, The Byrds, Al Stewart, 24 Carats, Paul Anka's 21 Golden Hits, Johnny Paycheck, The Beatles, Todd Rundgren, The Buddy Holly Story, Men at Work, Business as Usual, Graham Edge Band, Genesis Abacab, We Are the World, Elton John, Too Low for Zero, Against All Odds, Soundtrack, Human League, and Stacy Q. And those last two were 12-inch singles. All right, IG price. Let me figure out what that was. Stacy Q, Human League, Against All Odds, and The Byrds. The Byrds was $19.99. IG. I don't remember anything IG. Maybe LG. That's Leslie Gore. Leslie Gore was $19.99. Rydell Martin, $19.99. Jason F. is in at $35 on Journey. Final call at $35 on Journey Escape. I've got another crate of vintage to run through. Rick Springfield is a $25 start before I make it a BIN, a buy it now. Let's see what we got in this crate here. Let's see what we got. That's some good stuff. Is this check condition? Oh, I was about to say, we haven't had our nightly check condition bin. This is it. Let me make sure there's nothing in here I needed to pull out that I promised perhaps to auction. Got a couple of interesting things here for sure, including this. That's interesting. So is that. And there shouldn't be much left. I probably should have went through this bin a little bit earlier tonight. Mix up a couple of these Beatles albums. It's some great titles. Mix up a few of these. If we probably would have started with this bin, it probably would have been empty. There is a couple oddities in here, so it is a couple oddities in here. Gore, Rydell Martin. Let me know if you do want that. Oh, I forgot about the Jeff Buckley crate, didn't I? Okay, I'll run through that one very quickly. Everybody always sees Jeff Buckley, and for some reason, this like intrigues people, and they want to know what else is in here. So I did promise I would go through that one more time. I can do it very quickly, and Debbie says she does want the birds. Let's pull that for Debbie Blair. Debbie Blair on the birds. Let me find that for Debbie Blair. Okay, and Rydell says he does want Leslie Gore. It's my party. Okay. Here's what's in this crate. Let me get it over here into position 1. We're also going to go ahead and sell Jason F. Journey for $35. That's sold to you, Jason Fornerat. And if anybody wants Rick Springfield, he's a $25 bot now. Japanese pressing of Living in Oz. $25 bot now on that. We have Jeff Buckley Grace, $33.99. U2 Pop, $38.99. U2 Pop. Weezer, the Blue Album, $33.99. Couple of those available. Weezer, the Blue Album. Whiplash, Ticket to Mayhem, limited edition 1000 on swamp green colored vinyl from Music on Vinyl, $46.99. John Lee Hooker, surprisingly still have 2 of these. They're on red vinyl. Craft, $36.99. John Lee Hooker Burning. Warrant, Dirty, Rotten, Filthy. No, this is Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. $44.99 for Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. The Essential, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan is $36.99. 2LP Greatest Hits. Pearl Jam 10, $28.99. White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000, $38.99 for White Zombie. Also a Music on Vinyl press. White Snake's Greatest Hits. White Snake's Greatest Hits, $44.99. All the good stuff on that. West Coast Pop Experimental Band. That is $38.99. Susie Breedlove wants a White Snake's Greatest Hits. Sabotage, Dead Winter's Dead. Sabotage is $59.99. Dead Winter's Dead. B-52's Whammy. Whammy is $29.99. That's a limited edition splatter vinyl from Rhino. Start your ear off right. The Turnpike Troubadours, Diamonds and Gasoline. Turnpike Troubadours is $33.99. Raisin Sand, Robert Plant and Allison Krauss. Robert Plant, Allison Krauss, $44.99. Dusty Springfield in Memphis. This is the clear vinyl Atlantic 75th anniversary, $29.99. Fleetwood Mac, Can't Stop Loving You. That's a live. It's also limited to 300 on colored vinyl. I usually forget to mention that. $31.99. James Jackson wants the Sabotage, Dead Winter's Dead. James Jackson, could that possibly be a first-time buyer? He bought from us earlier. Okay, so James Jackson, thank you. Some names that I don't say as often, sometimes I'm like, wait a second. Susie wants RNA. RNA. And then Jason wants Dusty Springfield in Memphis. Let's go ahead and pull Dusty Springfield for Jason. And Susie's going to let us know Robert and Allison maybe. RNA, Robert and Allison? Possibly. I think that's what Susie wants. Robert Plant, Allison Krauss. And Sherry Darnell wants the Fleetwood Mac, Can't Stop Loving You. That is a live Fleetwood Mac from 1970. I got 2 of those left. The Dead Kennedys, In God We Trust, $24.99. Venom, Black Metal. Venom is a 40th anniversary silver and black splatter vinyl. This is an import. Black Metal is also embossed down here, $48.99. Blues Traveler, Blow Up the Moon, $49.99 for Blues Traveler. Candlebox is on colored vinyl. It's not numbered, but it is on limited edition silver vinyl, $59.99 on Candlebox. David Bowie Pin-Ups, one of David Bowie's albums, $29.99. Pin-Ups, that is available. So is Social Distortion's Greatest Hits, $44.99. And Danzig, Circle of Snakes. Danzig is $31.99. Circle of Snakes. That's on clear vinyl. Danzig, Circle of Snakes. Jeff Buckley, U2, Weezer, Whiplash, John Lee Hooker, Warrant, SRV, Pearl Jam, White Zombie, White Snake, West Coast Pop, B-52s, Turnpike, Fleetwood Mac, Dead Kennedys, Venom, Blues Traveler, Candlebox, 2 David Bowies there, Social Distortion, and 2 Danzigs. Patrick Lear wants a John Lee Hooker Burning and a Plant and Krause. I've only got one Robert Plant, Alison Krause, but Patrick, if it's okay, I'll put you down and we'll have you one of those this week. I may, and I need to put down your name anyway, because there's probably one in a stray crate somewhere around here where they've got mixed up. But I will find you one. If not, I will order you one because I need to order more anyway. 7, and can you get any Mary? Let me read that again. Chad, can you get any 7 Mary 3? I don't know. I've never looked that one up, but I can take a note to look it up if you want me to. All right, let me run through these. It's 10. Probably tonight we got to stop around 11 because we have to do something that requires me, Tanner, and Seth's help. So we're probably going to stop around 11 o'clock tonight, which gives us plenty of time to go through this crate and then go through some more stuff. Tomorrow and the rest of the week's sales this week will probably be advertised. We have a lot of killer records this week. Of course, I feel like we've already shown a lot tonight, but John has dug up some great stuff in the bag. Do you have any Hank 3? We do. We actually have this limited edition Hank record here that was one of our distributors. This is one of our distributors' exclusives. This is one of our distributors' exclusives. We sold a ton of them. I've sold them on eBay and even Discogs when they first came out because this was an expensive record. Hadn't been repressed in a long time. This is Hank the Third, Straight to Hell, limited edition blood splatter vinyl. That is $44.99. I do have that. And he's got a new one called Rebel Sun, something like that. It's more of a bluish looking cover. We should have that one in soon. That one's coming out pretty soon. Hank the 3, though, is $44.99. Evidently, that's very popular if you're a Hank 3 fan. I do not have any Shania Twain right now. They're all gone. Reggae will be either tomorrow or the next night. One of the two. Or both. We may have enough we'll do it both. Okay, new vintage arrivals, check condition. Dust, Hard Attack. This looked very interesting. Dust, Hard Attack with the Vikings on the cover. This is on the Kama Sutra label. It's a 1972. It does have a seam split on it. And this is $49.99. The seam split is down here along the bottom. But that is Dust. VG Plus $49.99. Jared says he'll take the Hank the 3. That's sold to Jared Benoit. Yeah, I've sold those on eBay before for as much as like $74.99. Or 64, some of them $64.99, just because it was a pricey record before that. So T-Rex is a VG copy, $19.99. T-Rex is VG, $19.99. Everything in here is going to be check condition. Blue Oyster Cult, this is their first album, an EX copy, $17.99. Blue Oyster Cult, EX, $17.99. This is Sparks, Kimiono My House. Sparks is a VG Plus $29.99. Sparks, VG Plus $29.99. Elvis, GI Blues. This is a VG copy, $19.99. Elvis, GI Blues, VG copy, $19.99. That is a 1960 mono pressing. Roadrunner, the Gantz Roadrunner on the Liberty label, VG copy, $14.99. Nigel Del Rocket wants the T-Rex. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Edward Star Wars, first on Sparks. Russell S., you were second. Les Paul and Mary Ford, Bouquet of Roses. VG Plus $14.99. Boy, look at that Gibson SG there. Wow. Angus Young would love to have that. He probably does. or Tony Iommi. VG Plus, $14.99. The Beatles Revolver. This is a VG copy. A VG copy. This is an original original Capitol pressing stereo, VG 1999. Edward Star Wars, first on BOC. Godzilla on this one. No, Godzilla's not on this one. Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll is, though. That's sold to Edward Star Wars. Sean Fairweather, first on Revolver. Those are both sold. Fat Mattress 2, promo copy, or at least a promo sticker. It's a promo label, too. VG copy, $14.99 on Fat Mattresses, or Fat Mattress 2. Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. VG copy, $14.99. Emotions in Motion. Journey, Frontiers. EX, $17.99. EX, $17.99. UFO, Obsession. EX copy, $22.99. UFO Obsession, EX copy, $22.99. The Michael Schenker Group, a VG copy, $14.99. VG copy, $14.99. Michael Schenker Group. Jason F. on Journey. Ron Stoltz, first on Billy Squier. Those are all sold. The Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach, VG Plus, $24.99. VG Plus, $24.99, the Allman Brothers. Journey's Greatest Hits. That's a good suggestion. I hadn't ordered that in a long time. I don't think we have. I know we don't have any. Let's make a note of that. We need some Journey's Greatest Hits. There's a Volume 1 and Volume 2. I haven't had those in a long time. Stand by. I'll have some in soon. Jimmy Buffett, if they're available. Jimmy Buffett recorded live. You had to be there. VG Plus, $19.99. Greg Allman, Laid Back. This is an EX copy, $29.99. Greg Allman, Laid Back. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take your name down. This has two great songs on it. It has his very popular song, These Days, which I think is a Jackson Browne original. But it also has his 1972 version of Midnight Rider, or 73, whichever year this came out. That's $29.99. Jeff McMaster wants the Jimmy Buffett. Please do not let an Allman Brothers be left behind, or a Greg Allman. Those both need to get gone. Leonard Skinner's First and Last. VG Plus, $24.99. Leonard Skinner's First and Last. VG Plus, $24.99. Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. Van Morrison is EX, $49.99. It's a 1972 Terre Haute, and it has this booklet with it. That's $49.99. Susie wants Greg Allman. That's sold to Susie Breedlove. High Voltage is just $19.99. High Voltage, this is a VG copy, $19.99. High Voltage, AC/DC. VG on the vinyl, though. Sherry Darnell wants Van Morrison. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Bob Seger, Against the Wind. EX copy, $19.99. Bob Seger, Against the Wind. $139.99. I wanted to say that first. $139.99. This is a 1966 mono Scranton press of Pet Sounds. VG Plus on the vinyl, $139.99. The level of desirability for this album in mono is unbelievable. Best of Soundtracks. This is a VG copy, $14.99. The Best of Soundtracks, Wild Angels, Wild in the Streets, Devil's Angels, Born Losers, Psych Out. All these cool motorcycle records. VG copy, $14.99. Joe Walsh, The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get. Joe Walsh is a VG Plus, $14.99. And Pat Benatar, Crimes of Passion, VG Plus, $9.99. We have Colin Butler said, wow. Michael Naft also said, wow. And it keeps freezing. Yeah, it rained here earlier pretty heavily. And heavy rain, either before, during, or after, means our feed is going to be a little off. So that's probably what's going on. James Bragg put Beatles. I don't think there's any left in here, James. Your comment may have been a little delayed on that. So Neil Young, Rocky Mountain Preview, Boulder, Colorado. This is a live, unofficial Neil Young. A VG copy, $24.99. I can tell there's been some problems for two reasons. There's been some great records not sell tonight, and also a lot of people have said there's some problems. So let me get all my bones adjusted before I finish up this final track of records here. I also need a drink of Sprite. It's almost gone. Very good. Very, very good. Also got some chilies to eat a little bit later. If I missed anything, Tanner? Jason asked how much was the Dust record. Dust Heart Attack was VG Plus $49.99. VG Plus, to kind of show you in extreme detail what's going on here. It is a gatefold. Let me show you that. Got kind of a textured cover. VG Plus. That looks good just the way the pictures look. This seam here is split, the bottom seam. And let me go ahead and actually take this out. There's the original inner sleeve. We'll keep it like this. And if anybody wants it, Jason might want it. We'll see. And then Robin wants to know how much was the Joe Walsh. The Joe Walsh, the Smoker You Drink, is a VG Plus $14.99. This is EX condition, $34.99. This is Rock Around. It looks like a radio broadcast. It says program number 195, air date April 30th, Warren Zevon. It's a Warren Zevon radio broadcast, evidently. EX copy, $34.99. Magical Mystery Tour is a VG copy, $19.99. A VG copy, $19.99. Magical Mystery Tour. I wonder when James Bragg commented Beatles earlier, he meant Beach Boys when I showed Pet Sounds. That's maybe what he did. Is the Pet Sound still in there? Yes, it is. You commented Beatles, you might have meant Beach Boys. I've seen people do that before when they get into a very quick hurry. They comment Beatles instead of Beach Boys. Robin Pruitt first on Magical Mystery Tour. Nigel Del Rocket, you were second. Robin was first to Magical Mystery Tour. Parallel Lines, Blondie, VG Plus, $34.99. VG Plus, $34.99 on Blondie, Parallel Lines. Roger Daltrey, one of his solo albums. This is called Daltrey. This is a good one. EX copy, $17.99. Roger Daltrey, thanking. I had a Roger Daltrey. I had a Roger Daltrey hits CD one time, and it plays a lot here in the store where it shuffles. He's got some great solo stuff. Several of the songs are on that one. James Bragg did want the Pet Sounds. Brent, this is already sold. I think James claimed it earlier, and he got messed up with autocorrect and the feed. Pet Sounds is sold to James Bragg. Ryan Anderson wants the Blondie record. Great check condition records in here. We've also got the Yardbirds. This is a VG Plus $29.99. 2LP, the Yardbirds. Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, Yellow Epic label. VG Plus $29.99. The Byrds Greatest Hits. EX $17.99. The Byrds Greatest Hits. Mr. Tambourine Man. The Yes album. This is EX $17.99. Classic stuff there. The Yes album. EX $17.99. Another Dust record. This one is EX $79.99. 1971. Dust. EX $79.99 from 1971. Wow. We got two in here. Elvis Costello, My Aim is True. EX copy $22.99. Mountain Avalanche is a VG copy $14.99. Mountain Avalanche is a VG copy $14.99. Mountain Avalanche. Nick Lowe, Pure Pop for Now People. Nick Lowe is EX $17.99. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town, an EX copy $24.99. Vinyls EX has a little bit of cover damage right here, $24.99. Brad Moore first on Dust. Brad, I'm assuming you want the one I just showed here. That's sold to Brad Moore. Roberta Flack, First Take. Roberta is an EX copy, $17.99. First Take on Roberta Flack. The Sutherland Brothers and Quiver, Lifeboat, EX $17.99. Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. Yellow Submarine is EX $64.99. The Beatles Yellow Submarine, an EX copy, $64.99. The Band Islands, a VG copy, $14.99. The Band Islands, a VG copy, $14.99. Electric Light Orchestra, Out of the Blue. EX $32.99, Out of the Blue. Susie wants the Yardbirds and the Birds. She wants the Birds and the Yardbirds. Those are both sold to Susie. The Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me, EX copy, $12.99. The Doobie Brothers, EX $12.99. Two of the Few, Oscar Peterson and Milt Jackson, VG Plus, $14.99. Two of the Few, Oscar Peterson and Milt Jackson. Patrick Lear wants the Electric Light Orchestra. That's sold to Patrick Lear. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Reactor, EX $17.99. Doc Smith wants the Oscar Peterson. Rain soon. Expected to start at your location at 10:29. Says there's rain due here in 15 minutes. Stevie Nicks, Bella Donna. EX copy, $17.99 for Bella Donna. David Bowie, Let's Dance. An EX copy for $32.99. Looks like it's got a couple scuffs here. $32.99. And the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. VG Plus, $14.99 for Dirty Dancing soundtrack. The original Dirty Dancing soundtrack. VG Plus, $14.99. All right. Let's see here. Russell wants the Let's Dance. And Ryan Rice wants Dirty Dancing. So Russell S. on Let's Dance, which was David Bowie. And Ryan Rice wants the Dirty Dancing. Jeremy was second. All right, I'm going to read through these titles one more time. These are all check condition, so you definitely need to ask price or condition if you want to claim anything, since they're check condition. Check condition for anybody kind of fairly new, meaning these are not near mint or EX Plus. They are whatever grade I'm saying is. Pump It Up on here. It has Allison and Watching the Detectives. I do not see Pump It Up on here. Let's see. No, it's not on here, but it does have Allison and Watching Detectives. That's two pretty big hit songs from them. That's EX $22.99. All right, let me read through these titles one more time. Elvis, GI Blues, and an original, 60 mono. Roadrunner, The Gants, Les Paul and Mary Ford, Fat Mattress 2. UFO Obsession, Michael Schenker Group, Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach, Leonard Skinner's First and Last, AC/DC High Voltage. Can't believe that's still there. Bob Seger, Against the Wind, Best of the Soundtracks. Joe Walsh, The Smoker You Drink. Pat Benatar, Crimes of Passion. Neil Young, Rocky Mountain Preview, Dust. Heart Attack is still available. Roger Daltrey. Rock Around the World, that is a Warren Zevon radio broadcast. The Yes album. Mountain Avalanche, Niccolo, Pure Pop for Now People. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town. Roberta Flack, First Take. The Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. The Beatles, Yellow Submarine. The Band, Islands. The Doobie Brothers, Captain and Me. Neil Young, Reactor, and Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. Let's see here. Alan says, that's enough for me tonight. Thank you for watching. Brad, yes, you did get the second Dust record. Robin, I will go through that crate of new vinyl, yes. Derek Clark wants Dust, self-titled, and Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. I think, let me make sure that first Dust record is... The second Dust record's already sold, Scott. That's what Brad Moore got. The only Dust record I have left is Heart Attack. So that one is self-titled's already sold, and Derek does get Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. So I can give you that one. What's the price on Eat a Peach? I lost connection. Feed must be really bad tonight. VG Plus $24.99. VG Plus $24.99, and plus there's more rain on the way, so it's only going to get worse. Brent Rabley Dust. The one that's still available, unless Derek Clark gets it, is a VG Plus $49.99. VG Plus $49.99. Susie wants AC/DC. We can go ahead and give that to Susie. Colin was third, inquiring about Dust. He for sure wants it, though, and that's Heart Attack. So that's going to be sold to somebody. We'll set that over there for a second. Let's see here. We have a couple offers. Let me jump over those for a second. AC/DC and Joe Walsh condition. AC/DC's already sold. Joe Walsh is, let me figure out what that was. Joe Walsh was a VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Thank you, Jason. Derek Clark wants Heart Attack. All right, that is sold to Derek Clark. Heart Attack. So that is for sure sold to Derek. Scott says he'll take the Eat a Peach. And price on Roberta. Roberta Flack, first take is EX on the vinyl, $17.99. EX, this is a 4-digit Atlantic, 1841 Broadway, which means it's a most likely a first press. And yes, there's a new anniversary pressing of this out. I need to get that Atlantic anniversary. So EX $17.99. Doc says put it in my box. Sell that to Doc Smith. Joe Walsh, Stevie Nicks, Neil Young, Doobie Brothers, The Band, The Beatles, Bob Seger. Yes, that is a 69 press. It is a 69 press. Bob Seger, Niccolo, Mountain, Yes Album, Warren Zevon, Daltrey, Neil Young, Benatar, Soundtrack, Skinner. UFO Obsession is EX $22.99. EX $22.99, Fred Carnell. Next comment is how much for GI Blues? That is Elvis. That is a VG copy, $19.99. A VG copy, $19.99. That is a 1960 mono. Which Zevon? The Warren Zevon that's in here is a radio broadcast. It's called Rock Around. Program number 195. Air date April 30th through May 6, 1978. Title Warren Zevon. It has the WATW Returns, music from Excitable Boy, his most popular album. It's playing a couple tracks. It's got some commercials. It's got some other tracks. And that is $34.99 EX condition. Beatles price and condition. The only Beatles that's left in here is Yellow Submarine, and that is an EX copy for $64.99 of Yellow Submarine. $64.99. I think the condition, the feed is messing with people. I know I feel like I went through that crate 5 times, but I think probably right when I get ready to read off the information about a record, probably somebody's feed freezes and then they don't hear me. So I have to go through it 10 more times. $10 for soundtracks. I'll have to pass for right now. I hadn't opened up offers yet, Wayne. I hadn't said it's a buy it now best offer. Same thing with Joe Walsh. We can revisit it in a second, though. I hadn't officially opened up the buy it now best offer window. All right, let's go through this crate. Some people's been very curious about what's back here. Let's go through it. We have Guided by Voices Sandbox, $29.99. Guided by Voices Sandbox, $29.99. I've got a bunch of those. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, that is $36.99. David Bowie Heroes, $31.99. David Bowie Heroes, $31.99. This is a Neil Young live unofficial, live at Shoreline Amphitheater, 1994. That's on colored vinyl, $26.99. The Dead Kennedys, Frankenchrist, is $38.99. Frankenchrist. The Matrix Reloaded, the album. That's a 2LP soundtrack from The Matrix, $34.99. Harem Scarum, one of the last copies I have left, red grape vinyl colored. That is $38.99. The Immaculate Collection, Madonna, $44.99 on Madonna. That's a 2LP greatest hits. Johnny Brunette, Rock and Roll Trio, $28.99. Good luck finding an original of that. Very, very rare and expensive. Smell a Female, The Cramps. The Cramps is $28.99. Canned Heat, Living the Blues. That's on pink and yellow vinyl, new and sealed, $44.99. Jason Dobb wants Madonna Immaculate Collection. That's sold to Jason Dobb. The Essential Chicks, that is the Dixie Chicks, $44.99. 2LP, Dixie Chicks Greatest Hits. Overkill, Feel the Fire. Overkill is $29.99. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, So Far, $28.99 for CSNY So Far. Eminem Recovery, Eminem is $41.99. Kraftwerk, Early Live in Germany. Kraftwerk is $31.99. Queensryche, Condition Human. Queensryche is $33.99. The Crow soundtrack, $38.99. This is a 2LP official press with the Crow etching. The fourth side has a Crow etching That is $38.99 for Brandon Lee the Crow. $38.99. Overkill. This is actually two different albums, even though they look identical. This is Live Overhausen, Volume 1 and Volume 2 on colored vinyl, $36.99. Jason Dobb also wants the Crow. I need to get a bunch of these because that's a great price on these. For some reason, every once in a while, you'll see a stray one sell for something crazy. And I think it's even like bootleg circulating. So evidently, it's a high-in-demand album. I need to get a bunch of those stocked up because that's one of my better selling soundtracks. We have the Eagles, Hotel California, $31.99. Minor Threat is $26.99. Minor Threat is $26.99. Tenacious D is $44.99. Van Morrison, this is an all-analog Moondance, $31.99. And Rob Zombie, Hellbelly Deluxe, $39.99 for Rob Zombie, Hellbelly Deluxe. Kraftwerk, the Kraftwerk has been here since January 16, $31.99. I will put it on sale in January of 2024. I might put it on sale before then, but right now it's $31.99. Austin Cauldron on Rob Zombie. Usually new vinyl don't get marked down until a year. And last month, all the vinyl left from 1 year ago fit into one crate from last February or last March. Yeah, last March. All the vinyl we had left fit into just one crate. Usually it sells eventually. James Jackson on Queensryche. I'll take that one, Queensryche. But sometimes I put them on sale before then. So you never know. He said sold. That's what I was thinking. First, let's we pulled Rob Zombie for Austin. James Jackson gets Queensryche. And Colin's going to get the Kraftwerk. Okay, let me do some condensing here. Let me go back through some of the very first crates I showed tonight. And we'll do a buy it now, best offer. And they're first time arrivals. So don't expect like 90% off. But if there was something that was like 15 earlier and you didn't want to pay 15, but for some reason you might want to pay 12, I'll go ahead and sell it to you. Or you can just go ahead and buy them, especially if you just got back on. Look, I can do some crate condensing. We've emptied a whole crate of new vinyl just here on the table tonight. That's good. Whole crate of new vinyl emptied there. Look at that. That's a good sight for us. James Jackson also wants Harem Scarum. So let's go through that stuff. Like I said, we're probably going to start tonight at 11 or a little after. I'll see what's going on with timing. Let me pull Harem Scarum. It's right here. That's sold to James Jackson. And then tomorrow, we plan on starting early tomorrow. Any other Rob Zombie? No, we have a waiting list for Sinister Urge. We sold that one earlier tonight in new arrivals. We plan on starting early tomorrow, like really early. I don't know an exact time yet, so tomorrow might be one of those nights where you just wait for the notification to turn on. Let me find the very first crate we went through tonight. I don't think it was that one, was it? Possibly. Let me see here. There's that crate. I feel like it's over here. There's new vinyl. I feel like the first crate we went through didn't have a whole lot left. Yeah, it was this one. It's definitely this one first, plus some new vinyl. So let me go through this one. Nigel wants Rubber Soul. He's claiming some stuff that I'm about to show before anybody else does. Let me see if this one may have been next. I really can't remember the order I did these in. I'm trying to get them in the order. It's probably this one. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see here. Hey, an empty crate. All right. I have not sold the crowns. Well, I don't know if I have or not. I have to. I hadn't been here in a few days, so I don't know what's sold here in the store. Second of all, I haven't got to listen to it. I'm sorry. I know. I haven't got to listen to it to promote it. You know, usually when I'm more familiar with the music, I can promote it because I can talk about it. Dale Sanders, I'm sorry. I will. I have a long list of stuff I need to listen to, honestly. All right, let's go through these one more time. Lynn's Farn, Fog on the Tyne, 1999. The Best of Nelson Riddle, $9.99. How to Keep Your Husband Happy, Debbie Drake, $9.99. Early exercise record. Our Memories of Elvis, $9.99. This is the soundtrack to the Franco Zeffirelli production of Romeo and Juliet, $14.99. Roseanne Cash, this is an interview with Martha Hume. It also has music with it. It also has music, $9.99. Michael Nesmith compilation. Michael Nesmith is $29.99. Got a couple Michael Nesmiths tonight. That one's called Compilation, $29.99. Abbey Road is a 1969 Los Angeles press, $99.99. $99.99. The Beatles' Abbey Road. Then we had Rubber Soul. This has already been claimed by Nigel Del Rocket, and he also wants the White Album. So Nigel got Rubber Soul and the White Album, and we're going to go ahead and sell Fred Carnell, Lynn's Farn for $15. So those are sold, and Lynn's Farn is sold for $15. Let It Be is a 1970 Jacksonville press, $49.99. The Beatles, 62 to 66. This is on Capitol, $39.99. The Beatles, 62 to 66, $39.99. The Beatles' second album is a 1964 Los Angeles press, $49.99. That one's very clean for that record. Steppenwolf, Slow Flux. Steppenwolf is $19.99. Foil cover. Elton John, Ice on Fire. Elton John is $19.99. Ice on Fire. Ian Hunter, You're Never Alone with a Schizophreniac, $14.99. Joe Jackson, Live 8086. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen this before. $34.99 for Joe Jackson, and Joe Jackson, Night and Day, $19.99. Billy Squier, Signs of Life. Billy Squier is $19.99. Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds, and this was a UK press. Molly Hatchet, Beating the Odds, $19.99. UK press of that. Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams, $24.99 on the Eurythmics. The Beatles, Yesterday and Today. Green Target label, $34.99. Green Target label, Yesterday and Today. If I Needed Someone, Drive My Car, Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out. James Bragg, Molly Hatchet, sell that to him for $15 to James Bragg. Van Morrison, Hard Nosed the Highway. Van Morrison is $34.99. Robert Gordon with Link Ray. Robert Gordon is $19.99. Let's Twist, 16-track audiophile recording, $19.99. We have Greg Kihn Band with The Naked Eye. Greg Kihn Band, $19.99. Jerry DeJager, Eurythmics, $20. Jared, I will sell the Eurythmics for $20. I'll say that for $20. And Bob, here's what I'll do on the Beatles. Since you've already bought the blue and you need the red to complete your Beatles experience, because what I want you to do, Bob, if you have time, is when you buy this for $30, if you want it for $30, you got to start and listen to the Beatles chronologically. I know you've probably listened to the Beatles, but if you're going to listen to it on vinyl, you start here, 62 with Love Me Do, and you listen to this entire compilation series from 62 to 70. You can hear how the Beatles transformed over those 8 years. It's amazing. It's honestly amazing. Jerry DeJager says he'll take the Eurythmics for $20. Steppenwolf was $19.99, Tammy. $19.99 on Steppenwolf. Bram Chiskowski, Funland, $9.99. The Kinks, Celluloid Heroes, $24.99. Good Night Tonight, Wings is $19.99. We're going to sell Bob Riger the Beatles comp for $30. Straub's Deep Cuts, $14.99. Bob's first Beatles records. Yeah, you got to start with Love Me Do and listen all the way through The Long and Winding Road. Well, actually, some of the last music they recorded was... Let It Be was their last album, but the last music they recorded was Abbey Road. So technically, you need to... Whenever you're hearing those last cuts from Abbey Road, that's the last stuff. But pretty incredible. Okay. Yes, Let It Be was recorded before Abbey Road. just released after, due to lots of controversy. Blood Rock 2. Blood Rock is $19.99. Dead or Alive. Blood Rock 2. Jerry Reed Live featuring Hot Stuff. $14.99. JoJo Gunn. $19.99 for JoJo Gunn. Paul McCartney. Venus and Mars. This has both posters with it. $29.99. Paul McCartney. George Harrison. 33 1/3. $24.99. $24.99. Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney and Wings, $29.99. George Harrison self-titled, $24.99. The World of Ray Charles, $19.99. The World of Ray Charles. Fourth World Number 1 or Volume 1, Possible Music's John Hassel and Brian Eno, $49.99. Paul Williams, Life Goes On, $9.99. The Best of Freddie and the Dreamers, $12.99. Joe Walsh, You Bought It, You Name It, $19.99. The Best of Bobby V, $9.99. Wet Willie Mannerisms, $19.99. Chuck Berry Rocket is $24.99. Roger McGuinn Thunderbird, $14.99. And Tom Fogerty Excalibur, $29.99. Alrighty, let's see. Finally, appreciate the Beatles. Now I'm in. I appreciated them at a very early age. Beatles' second album and Yesterday and Today, 75. Let me see what we've got here. Beatles' second album. Let's go ahead and sell both of those to Brent Rabley for $75. Let's see here. Joe Jackson, 15, and The World of Ray Charles, 15. Let's sell those to Doc Smith, 15 and 15. And Jason, I'll go ahead and sell you Yellow Submarine for 57. I think I had 65 on that one. So Brent got both of the Beatles there for 70. We're going to sell Doc Smith, the Joe Jackson Night and Day, and what else am I looking for? The World of Ray Charles, which is, I've already passed it, but let me go ahead and pull this Joe Jackson, 15, and who asked about Wet Willie? Oh, that just came in. Let me wait on that one. And Ray Charles, that's what I'm looking for, which is should be right in here. Yeah, so those to Doc Smith. Sean, the Wet Willie is $14.99. Not 14, I'll do 15. 14's just a little bit too low. 15's the right price, right, Tanner? All right, and we're going to sell this to Jason for 57. Okay, let's do, I got another crate. Let me do some condensing here. That was technically 2 crates of stuff from earlier. Let me go through the very first bin of new vinyl we did tonight. The very first bin of new vinyl we did tonight is right here. Very, very first bin of new vinyl. Sean said he'll take it. That's also $15 for Wet Willie. Sell that to Sean, $15. Our very first bin of new vinyl, we have Soundgarden down on the upside. Soundgarden is $39.99 down on the upside. Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces Iscariot, also $39.99, and a restock of Led Zeppelin 1. Led Zeppelin 1 is $31.99. XTC Skylarking, $33.99. Tom Petty Full Moon Fever, $36.99. Megadeth Unplugged, $29.99. Metallica, $54.99. Garage Inc., Enough's Enough's Greatest Hits, $33.99. Beth Hart, My California, $29.99. Pronounced Leonard Skinner, $36.99 for Pronounced Leonard Skinner. Bret Michaels, A Salute to Poison, $36.99. And back in stock is Hardy, The Mockingbird, and The Crow. Hardy is $36.99. So Hardy, Bret Michaels, Leonard Skinner, Beth Hart, Enough's Enough, Metallica, Megadeth, Tom Petty, XTC, Led Zeppelin, Smashing Pumpkins, and Soundgarden. Our Memories of Elvis, $7. I will sell that to you for, was that in the last crate? For $8. James Bragg wants the Bret Michaels. Elvis would be $8. Let me see if that's in the last crate I had. That's not the last crate. That's the last crate I had. Let me figure out the next crate of vintage too. There's all the Japanese stuff. I think this was the next crate of vintage vinyl we had. Looks like it. I can put this down in it. Actually, this need to go to the front. Let's do that first. Sherry Darnell wants a copy of Hardy. And David, let me figure out what I just did with those records. Oh, they're right here. Usually I don't leave vintage on the table. There's usually not a spot for it. Was that in this bin? Let me see if it was. I don't remember saying that, but I read through those so fast. Yeah, okay, that's in here. David Hilton got that for $8. One more time before I take this one off the table. That was Hardy, Skinnerd, Enough's Enough, Beth Hart, Metallica, Megadeth, Tom Petty, XTC, Zeppelin, Smashing Pumpkins, and Soundgarden down on the upside. Burden in My Hand. One of the hit songs on that one. All right, let me run through a couple more titles here. We have the following. This was Tom Fogerty as well. Tom Fogerty, Myopia, $29.99. Has some cover damage. Michael Nesmith, From a Radio Engine to the Photon Wing, $19.99. Trio, Jerry Lee Lewis, Charlie Rich. That's on colored vinyl with Carl Perkins, $24.99. The Dickies is $24.99, 1978 white vinyl. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, $34.99 for Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. John Cale, Church of Anthrax with Terry Wiley, $44.99 from 1971. Tim Curry, Simplicity, that is sealed from 1981, $19.99. Sylvia, Drifter, $9.99 for Sylvia. T.G. Shepherd is $14.99. T.G. Shepherd, Elvis, Moody Blue. That's on the blue vinyl, $34.99. Everything in here is a recap. You can make an offer if something doesn't quite suit your whatever. $19.99, Culture Club. That was a 12-inch single, 3-track, $19.99. The Warren Zevon radio show is still available. Fred Carnell, the trio price. The trio price was $24.99. $24.99 on that. Here, The Beatles Tell All, $19.99. Here, The Beatles Tell All. Shelley West, Don't Make Me Wait on the Moon. That is sealed from 1985, $19.99. Carole King, Welcome Home, $14.99 for Carole King. Welcome Home, $14.99. Willie Nelson, The Sound in Your Mind. Willie Nelson, The Sound in Your Mind, $14.99. The Sound in Your Mind. Stephen Stills, $19.99. That one's called Stills. Rough Mix, Pete Townsend, Ronnie Lane, $19.99. Santana, Caravan Sorry, $19.99 for Santana. Elvis Costello, I'm Your Toy, 1982 UK, $19.99. Warren Zevon radio show was $34.99, Jeff McMaster, $34.99. Ramatam on Atlantic, $19.99. Santana Welcome, $19.99. George Harrison, Somewhere in England, to add with the many Beatles albums we've been putting out the last couple weeks, $24.99, nice U.S. press. Herman Brood and His Wild Romance, $9.99. The Kinks, State of Confusion, $19.99. Sinatra Sings of Love and Things, Sinatra, Blue Capital reissue of that, $14.99. American Boy and Girl, Garland Jeffries, $9.99. Susie wants George Harrison. Let's go ahead and sell Fred Carnell, the trio, for $17.50. Those are both sold. ZZ Top Tejas, $29.99. Does have some cover damage right here on the back. $29.99 for ZZ Top. This is John Fogerty, The Eye of the Zombie, $19.99. Stiffs Live, $19.99. Elvis Costello, My Aim is True, EX copy, $22.99. Roadrunner, The Gants, that was a VG copy, $14.99. Les Paul and Mary Ford, Bouquet of Roses, that's a VG plus, $14.99. Fat Mattress 2, VG, $14.99. UFO Obsession, EX copy $22.99. UFO Obsession. EX copy $22.99. The Michael Schenker Group VG $14.99. Michael Schenker. Leonard Skinner's First and Last VG Plus $24.99. Jeff says I'm feeling $28.99. Sell Jeff McMaster the Warren Zevon radio show for $28.99. Bob Seger Against the Wind was EX $17.99. Michael Golston, I will sell you the Leonard Skinner that's in here. Let me find that. I will sell you the Leonard Skinner for $20 if you want that. $20 if you want that. Fred Carnell, I will sell you UFO for $17. So $17 on Skinner if you want it. $20 on Leonard, $20 on Leonard Skinner. Russell, my aim is true. Go ahead and sell this to Russell S. So last was Warren Zevon to Jeff for $28.99. We're going to sell Elvis Costello, my aim is true, to Russell S. for $20. We're going to sell Michael Golston, the Leonard Skinner, for $20. And UFO, we're going to see if Fred wants to do that for $17. And then Brent Rabley wants Toy. Brent Rabley Toy, that was Elvis Costello. Let me find that one. Where is that one? Let me find that. Do it right here. Sell that to Brent Rabley for $14. Sell Fred Carnell UFO for $17. And I've been making him sit at the edge of his seat for almost an hour now. But I am going to sell Mr. Wayne Titsworth, the best of soundtracks, for $10. Wayne, I know him very well as a customer. He loves this music right here, especially the stuff from Psych Out. We're going to sell that to Wayne for $10. Okay. Disraeli Gears. I do not have new copies of Disraeli Gears. I need to order some probably. I don't think I have any new copies of Disraeli Gears right now. But if you want me to go ahead and get you one, I can, Joe. That's something I need to have in stock anyway. Okay, where did I get to? Les Paul, Fat Mattress, Michael Schenker Group, Bob Seger. This is a Neil Young live unofficial Rocky Mountain preview from Boulder, Colorado. Heart of Gold, Ohio, Sugar Mountain. That's a VG copy, $24.99. Elvis Presley, $24. If you are referring to what? I think you're referring to this. If so, that would be $30 if you want it. Tammy, all you got to do is say yes. Roger Daltrey, EX $17.99. Roger Daltrey, the Yes album. I've Seen All Good People, Perpetual Change, Starship Trooper, all on here. That's a Gatefold OG. EX $17.99. Mountain, Avalanche, VG copy $14.99. Nick Lowe, Pure Pop for Now People. EX copy on that, $17.99. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town, EX $24.99. Doobie Brothers, Captain and Me, that's EX $12.99. And the band, Islands, was a VG $14.99. Neil Young Reactor, EX $17.99. Stevie Nicks is EX $17.99. Joe Walsh, VG Plus $14.99. And then GI Blues by Elvis. That's a 1960 mono, a VG copy. 1960 mono, $19.99. And Robin Pruitt has also been on the edge to offer $10 for Joe Walsh. Let's go ahead and sell it. That's so to Robin. Yeah, $10. Stephen Chesney, $15 on Stevie Nicks, sold. So 10 on Joe Walsh to Robin. Stephen Chesney, $15 on Stevie Nicks. Anybody else on that crate there? I actually I got those out of order. The last bin we went through was check condition. So I do have another one here. I have time to run through it one more time. Alan, the Fat Mattress 2 was a VG copy for $14.99. That was a VG copy for $14.99. And it's also a white label promo sticker too. All right, so I've been through both of these crates, counting when I go back through them. We've been through these 3 times tonight. We've been through that crate, and we've been through this crate, and I've got one more technically. I always do a recap I always do a recap, and then I go through them again, hopefully later in the show, unless we just have an overwhelming amount of new stuff. But this was some good titles in here. Same thing on this. Final call rundown on everything in here. This is a final call rundown of everything left in here. Let's go ahead and sell Fat Mattress then to Alan, and we'll sell Tammy the Elvis for $27, which was this one right here. So Fat Mattress is sold to Alan, and then Tammy's going to get Elvis for $27. Okay, so here's another rundown of a few things. Ray Thomas, Hopes, Wishes, and Dreams. Ray Thomas, $14.99. A Portrait of Ray. Ray Charles, $19.99. Always Patsy Cline, $24.99 for Patsy. Lee Michaels is $14.99. Elton John, Jump Up, $19.99 for Elton John, Jump Up. Ricky Lee Jones, The Magazine, $14.99. Bram Cheskowski, Pressure, $9.99. Silver Beetles is sealed, $29.99. T'Pau is $19.99. T'Pau, $19.99. Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age, $14.99. Dan Fogelberg. Dennis DeYoung, Desert Moon is $19.99. Dennis DeYoung. Creedence Clearwater Revival, the Royal Albert Hall concert, $29.99. Warrior, featuring Patti Smythe, Scandal, $19.99. Harry Belafonte, Calypso, $9.99. Culture Club, Color by Numbers, $24.99 for Culture Club. Pete Townsend, White City is $14.99. Pete Townsend, ELO Time, $19.99. ELO Time. Alan Parsons Project, I, Robot, $19.99. I, Robot. Al Stewart, 24 Carats is $14.99. Paul Anka's 21 Golden Hits, $9.99. Johnny Paycheck, I don't need to know that right now. That is sealed from 1983. $24.99. The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, $24.99. Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, $24.99. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars. Great live album. I think this is the one that has, let's see, which is live. Hello, It's Me. Yeah, Hello, It's Me. Ghost Stamp promo, $24.99. The Buddy Holly Story, $19.99. Buddy Holly Story soundtrack. Men at Work, Business as Usual, $24.99. Surprised that's still here. Who Can It Be Now? Down Under. Graham Edge Band, $14.99. We have Genesis Abacab, $19.99. We Are the World, $24.99 plus 9 other new superstar songs. Elton John, Too Low for Zero, featuring I'm Still Standing, $19.99. Against All Odds is $19.99. Human League Human is $14.99. And Stacy Q, Two of Hearts, is $9.99. I think everybody's fell asleep on me. Also, we've had some major connection problems. If anybody wants anything in that bin, let me know. Now is the time. I'm going to do a little bit of condensing. Go ahead and move some of these and let you know. That is the end of tonight's show. Usually we come back at 11 and do another hour. We got a few things to do tonight, especially where we hadn't been here in like 3 days. And starting tomorrow, we're going to start early and we're going to go late tomorrow. Starting early and going late. That's for Thursday. Then we'll have another sale Friday, another sale Saturday. That's 4 sales this week. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow will be lots more new vintage arrivals. A ton of new vinyl with a lot of surprises. Naked Eyes sold, yes. Ton of new vinyl with a lot of surprises. I've got them right here next to me. You would probably love to see them right now. You got to wait until tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the weather clears out and our connection will be a little bit better. I appreciate it, everybody. Restream just said we hit 1,000 comments. We usually do every stream. So thanks, everybody. We'll be back in tomorrow. For those looking for reggae records like Michael Naff and Brent Rabley for sure, and Doc Smith, we'll have a lot of reggae up tomorrow, especially up for auction. We usually auction some of those, and then the rest of them will be buy it nows. But I have condensed another crate. All of the new vinyl tonight fits in 2 bins. And I think we've went through 6 or, yeah, maybe 5. So we've sold 3 or 4 entire bins of that stuff. Thanks everybody for watching. See you again tomorrow night. New reggae collection we found in the back. I knew there was more from that Bowling Green hoard. We found more. They got reshuffled in the back. So we'll have those back out ready tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching. Be back tomorrow. I don't know what time, but expect an early start. When I have it pinpoint exactly, I will let y'all know. Hopefully I'll have some hot pictures. Okay, thanks.